Hello everybody, welcome to the live watch along of England versus Italy. I cannot believe, folks, that I'm about to utter these words. Euro 2020 final. We're in the final, folks. We're in a European final. Italy versus England. England in a final. You never thought I'd be saying those words. And let's hope we can bring it home. And hopefully football's finally coming home. We're going to show that what we can do. We got the players to do it. I can't be any prouder of these lads, whatever happens. And if the players play well and we play with a bit of passion and we play a bit of art, I will be proud of these players, whatever happens tonight. And the whole country will be proud of them. And these players have immortalised themselves in the history books forever. These players, even though some of them play for teams that not all of us are going to be fans of, these players, like Raheem Sterling, Harry Kane, I'm going to have a lot more respect for them because what they've done for this country and got us to a major final. So I'm going to have a lot more respect for them. I never ever thought we would ever get to that point in history. And just, if we were to score tonight, my emotions might go literally to the point of it will go so high you would never know my emotions. I think tonight you might be seeing me cry literally on stream if it all goes right. If it don't, you might see me crying anyway, even if we lose, because but I can't be any prouder to be English and everything else. And we just gotta do well and do what we can and get the good result, and hopefully. We just gotta play as much as we can, do as well as we can. Like the stream if you are good, and just like it. Just like the stream. It's the biggest occasion in the country's history for so many years since '66. So hopefully now we can get on, get these good players on, and off we go.
Huge words that we use about performances like this, they have to be there from start to finish in a game like this. Yeah,
go on!
The winning goal, of course, I nearly said 4 years ago, but of course it was 5 years ago when Portugal won at the home of France. What a moment for him. Probably not quite as good as the moment when he stuck the ball in the back of the net, but nevertheless. Maybe in 4 years' time that will be Harry Kane or Mason Mount or who knows. It might even be Immobile.
Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say that.
Just be a realist. How do you see it going, Alan?
I think it's going to be extremely tight. I think you'll
so guys, put your stuff down in the chat. It's the biggest game in the history of English football. This is the biggest game. Not just the biggest game, the biggest game.
I think it might go all the way, Gary. I hope I'm wrong because I'm not sure our nerves can take that. But I think we can. It's going to be a long night.
It will be a long night.
Home is perfectly relaxed. Not. I don't know. Frank, what's the ideal start for England apart from the obvious of getting an early goal?
I think possession, get the ball and play. The back three and the beauty of the system we're playing is that you can have possession of the ball.
Guys, put in the chat.
It's
nearly time for the big one. Let's hope we can get a massive win. I don't say a massive win, we ain't going to win this easily. We ain't going to win this easily, guys. We ain't winning this easily. We ain't winning this. It's not going to be easy. We've got to go for as much as we can and give it the best we can. If we lose, we lose. If we win. If we lose this game, these players are going to be immortalised forever. If they win, they're going to be heroes. And whatever happens here, this team's going to be remembered as one of our best teams in '66.
Okay, well, we've waited a long time for this, a very long time, but we're almost there. England versus Italy in the final of the European Championship.
Go on, England!
Going over it.
Thank you, Gary. Good evening, everyone. It was a long time coming.
Go on, England!
It's arrived. England walk out.
But you get Italy are very good opponents. Don't. Hey, go on, hey, go on, hey, go on. Hey, go on, hey,
Since you know when. And now the passion stirred by the national anthems.
Cheers, everyone. Fingers crossed we can all get the win today. Cheers. Yep. The Italian national anthem. It's not going to be easy, folks. Not going to be easy today. Come on, boys! This will be the biggest roar we've heard in ages. Come on! God save our gracious Queen. God save our Queen. Save our victorious, happy and Lord to reign over us. God save our Queen. Come on, England! Up the boys! Come on, England! Well, let's make history, boys!
Roberto Mancini has kept things as they were for Italy, with so much attention on the Centurions in defence. Leonardo Bonucci and Giorgio Chiellini have played in the Euros final before, run ragged by Spain in 2012. It hasn't happened often to two masters of the defending art.
Come on!
Emerson and Jorginho call London home. The Chelsea players, both Brazil-born before becoming Italian citizens. And a front three with 2 goals each at the tournament. Chiesa, Immobile and Insigne, all dangerous in different ways.
So everyone looking forward to the game.
Bjorn Kuipers, who was also the man in charge when these nations met at the World Cup in Brazil 7 years ago. Italy 2, England 1 in the sticky heat of Manaus. Gareth Southgate has gone back to the system he went with for the win against Germany. It's 3 at the back, Walker, Stones, Maguire, the Yorkshire wall, with Kieran Trippier brought back in on the right-hand side. Bukayo Saka is the player who drops out. Raheem Sterling and Mason Mount will play the roles either side and in support of captain Harry Kane. Most have played in big finals for their clubs. Some have won international finals at different age groups. But this is next-level experience and new for all.
Go on, England!
Wembley is ready.
RC ball driving the ball to the centre. Yep, the RC ball driving the ball to the centre.
Smooth delivery of the match ball. Italy kick the game off. The last strains of Bono. the official anthem of the tournament. It grabs you after a while. Then on Bjorn Kuiper's first whistle, players on both sides take the knee.
Here we go.
Now the game that so many have waited a lifetime to see is underway. It is the final of Euro 2020. Italy against England at Wembley. Jermaine Genus is going to hopefully enjoy it with me. That was moving stuff, wasn't it?
It really was. It really was. It's an absolute pleasure, to be here, Guy, to be a part of this occasion. It's an incredible occasion. We've got two.
Come on, England! Let's win today. Let's go and make history.
It's been absolutely brilliant. The Italians started it all off in Rome, didn't they? Set the tournament alight with a brilliant 3-0 win, and this England side have really grown and developed as the tournament have gone on. So we're in for a special match on a special night.
Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
It has been for a good few hours. A little bit of hush as
England! 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 England!
As England shuffled it around.
Guys, if England were to score, I will be going balmy. I'll be going absolutely balmy.
Can you create a better angle for me there? It's not an ideal start, obviously.
Corner to Italy. A minute and a half played.
Senior.
A minute and a half played.
Will be Insigne of Napoli who puts the ball in.
Get rid.
Maguire who repelled it.
Go on, Mount.
Mason Mount.
Well done, Shaw. Race for Shaw. Well done.
Nicely into Kane. There's something on
Go on.
the right-hand side.
Go on.
Walker is charging past Trippier. And it's Trippier who'll cross.
Shaw. Shaw. Luke Shaw for England. Oh my God. Can you believe it? Oh, 3 minutes in and we scored. Oh, it's incredible. This is incredible, folks. England have scored. It's erupted. Luke Shaw, the biggest goal England have ever scored since 1966.
Goal for his country is the fastest ever scored.
Come on! Come on, Luke Shaw, baby! Come on! Come on, England! Get it, Luke Shaw, get it, England! Woo!
Has reached levels never hit before.
Come on!
You can see it here, Guy. He's
Come
got
on!
the move,
Luke Shaw, getting, lad!
The ball from Harry Kane was crisp, but the pick out from Kieran Trippier.
Kieran Trippier, what a ball! Kieran Trippier took out the whole defence, Italian defence, and he scored at Donnarumma's near post. Get in, Luke Shaw.
And as you said, Guy, that's an absolute dream start for this England team.
What a turnaround in Luke Shaw's career. Out of the darkness into the dazzling
Come
light.
on!
Italy now.
Way on the England! Way on the England! Guys, like the stream if you guys. For this, we want this to be. We want likes in this stream, no negativity in this stream today. We're all supporting England, and as it stands, we are winners of Euro 2020 as it stands. If we can hold on for a long time, so there's all jangle. Oh!
That he just gave him, but it was an unselfish run that he gave.
Mount is blocked off.
Come on, boys!
Is Chelsea colleague Jorginho. Very cynically so.
That's a blatant foul.
1 minute and 57 seconds was all it took.
You know what it takes for us to get started, boys! Come on, England! Got JD and Coke if you're under the age of 18.
Bit of calm.
Don't drink.
Raging storm.
I'm only drinking because I'm over the age of 18.
Sumptuous move.
And cheers to you all. Never made it to a final.
Mitchell's
Cheers to
birthday
you.
tomorrow. He turns 26. Let's hope the real present comes his way.
Yeah, we want a real present at the end of this. Oh! Oh!
Jorginho this time.
What a start. I did not expect that. See, I'd say we'll come up the blocks fighting, and we've done it, boys. Now, if we can get a second, then we could be laughing.
Di Lorenzo.
Guys, show some love in the chat. England are 1-0 up inside 120 seconds through Manchester United. Luke Shaw.
Phillips goes into his first tackle of the evening. It was typically committed by the Leeds United man.
So we are ready. So far, we're playing all right. We're doing all right. We've started really well off the back foot. But like, and I will say this because people are saying the only reason we are doing well because you play literally every game at Wembley. But Italy have played literally nearly every game at Rome.
Very dangerous coming in from the right.
Well done, Maguire.
Maguire pokes clear. Kane is chasing. Bonucci got it away from him. Matt. Every England challenge.
Don't let him get a shot off. Nah. That's not a foul, ref.
Challenge on him. He is dangerous.
How is he meant to move out of the way?
Yeah, he's very dangerous. Chiesa. He's always committing people.
How is he meant to move out of the way? How is he meant to move out of the way? Ref. He's being harsh on that one. I think I'll be having a few bevies or a few alcoholic drinks tonight if we win. If we win this. Oh my God, I don't know what. But
for a moment, calmed his passion. One of his key strengths, it can sometimes be a bit of a weakness.
Get ahead onto the ball
He's built his wall where he wanted to
and
be.
block it. Because Insigne, I know how good he is from free kicks. Well done. As someone who watches Napoli in Serie A on a regular basis knows that he is a good free kick taker, but he hardly takes free kicks for Napoli. So I will admit to that, but like, what a start! What a start!
No jacket required despite the falling rain. Roberto Mancini still looks as sharp as ever. His team are on a run of 33 matches without defeat. They've only lost 2 of the 39 that he's been in charge for.
It's like,
Next run out.
well, boys! Well done, Maguire! Well done, Harry Lad!
Southgate's reaction when the goal went in was remarkably cool.
I don't know how he did that.
Remarkably cool? I wasn't remarkably cool, I went over ballistic on this one.
He's just stayed that cool, but you know, that's been him throughout the competition. It really is. He's been as cool as.
The way that the goal came about, I suppose instantly, within 2 minutes, vindicated the way that he set his side out to play again. Now Sterling's got himself a free kick. Chiellini too keen.
Just getting his body in the way. Does that really well, Raheem Sterling. Chiellini, to be honest with you, I think was quite happy to give the free kick away.
Sure.
So, come on, England!
His heart has presumably come down to a more normal match level now. Player who's only scored 3 goals in 186 games for Manchester United.
And he goes and scores one for England in one of the biggest games ever.
His goal involvements for Manchester
Oh, hello!
We've seen at this tournament.
Bang Bang Rogers, nice to see you. My American friends who are supporting England, thank you very much. Go on! Oh!
prevented the ball from reaching Sterling, who was poised for a tap-in.
If you guys are in support of England, let me know in the chat. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. If you guys want to ask me anything, I'm happy to answer all your questions. This is, I don't know what I will feel if we win this. I don't know. The emotion of that goal just went out of me in that split second. But like I say, there's still a long way to go, and I'll think we have to get a second goal in this game. If we can get a second goal, then it might be we're in cruise control. But that's if we can score. That's if we can score. That's the main thing. That's if we can score. I'm not tempting fate, but if that's if we can score another goal. But we're capable of doing it. We got the players. We're already doing so well. Italy are making mistake after mistake after mistake, and we got to try and capitalise on it. And we just got to try and capitalise on it. So the more Italy make mistakes, we got to capitalise on their mistakes and just make it. Because I will say this, folks, if we win this game, I don't think I'm going to remember any of this. Because everyone that is everyone will be getting absolutely lathered and drunk till the cows come home. Parties in London be going on all night into the early hours of the morning.
Takes it out of the way. It's exactly where he picked up the ball to create the goal.
It's going to be interesting, but so far it's going positively for us.
That's what you were talking about to me just this morning.
That cross from Kieran Trippier to put in on a play for Luke Shaw, who puts it in Donnarumma's near post. And it's 1-0 England, boys.
He's picked out his man there, and I tell you what, that's not an easy finish from Luke Shaw either. To keep his, to keep that down, to keep it on target when he's hit it on the hard volley like that.
Oh, belief is in the air. I think it's being out Wembley is being these players' belief. Oh, that's a ball.
Down that side again.
Go on, Trippier.
It's Trippier. It's too hard for Sterling. It was awkward though.
Hey! Corner to England. Come on, boys.
He started this game brilliantly, picking up the ball and lovely at the pockets here. Look, little shimmy.
Riley. He's a good friend of mine. I've got a couple of American friends supporting England. I have a couple of American friends who are supporting England because of me and being English and all like that. And stuff like that. Because I show support because one of our players for Chelsea plays for America, the USA national team. So I always hope the USA national team do well. Wow, they do the same. I mean, it's exactly the same for me for England. So, because I watched their game last month when they played in the Gold Cup final against Mexico, and Christian Pulisic scored the winning penalty, and I absolutely went ballistic because Christian Pulisic is a Chelsea player, and I absolutely love the guy.
Well, it's been a brilliant, consistent theme we've seen in the tournament from referees.
Go on, Sterling, lad! Go on, Sterling, lad!
There he is again. Bit of that space Trippier's got.
Phillips to Rice. Ever-present midfield duo.
Some of your American friends are still good friends with the UK. Yeah, yeah, because I'm good friends with with a lot of Americans. Go on, Mount! Go on, Mounty boy, corner! Go on, Mount! Well done, Mount!
Jorginho brings England another corner.
Come on, England!
This is such a confident start by Gareth Southgate's team.
Yeah, it really is. It's the movement and the flow that they're playing and the freedom. There's a lot of talk about nerves and maybe some inexperience coming into this game. The magnitude of it, will they be able to handle it?
Come on, England!
Well, the England team have started this game brilliantly.
Come on, England!
He has his eyes on the cue. Maguire has broken out of it first.
Come on, keep passing the ball.
Weighted that one back.
What a pass!
Mount.
Go on, Mounty boy! Oh, lucky Mount!
Comfortably so.
Good ball in by Mason Mount into the arms of Donnarumma in the Italian goal.
Italy not hanging about.
England 1, Italy 0. Luke Shaw in the within 121 seconds of the
Italian
kickoff.
team, they have delighted us with their football during this competition.
They've completely gone against the grain about what they've done historically. Usually they play a lot deeper, they play counter-attacking football. This team's been exciting on the front foot, but there's no doubt.
So far, I'm proud of this team. This team. If you guys like the stream, like, subscribe, all that. I will wait till I'll wait till about full time, whatever happens in this game, to let you guys know when the next watch along is going to be. Cause it might not be for a little bit. Might be a while before the next live or before the next watch along.
Give him a little look like to say, calm down. Just find
so I'll let you guys know when the next watch along is going to be.
Di Lorenzo. Rice. It's gone out.
Oh, unlucky Rice.
Rice was getting into full stride, and they are long strides.
Come on, boys.
Super competition for Luke Shaw. 3 assists before tonight, now a goal for himself. And a few more luscious passes too.
Two right.
Verratti. Player who most of Italy's attacks build through.
You can see how hard they're having to work, Italy, though, to keep the ball.
Come on, England!
Inside, doing very well. Just
this is where plenty of danger could come. The offside flag is
well done.
Against Emerson and to England's aid.
I thought it was offside. It's a little bit too
Guys,
soon.
put questions in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys want to put in front of me.
Yeah. Clearly an offside position there, but they'd like to have a lot of possession.
This is a good start from England.
One of their most valuable players that they're missing through injury next to Daniel De Rossi.
What do you think the next watch along is, Riley?
Injured his Achilles after 4 games. He has had an operation and rejoined the squad for the trip to London. Shaw held off Barella. That's too much of Mason.
Unlucky Mount.
Barella's fuming in that. When you play as a 3 in midfield,
we played about 17 minutes. England won. Italy 0.
To that wide area. So that in that occasion it was
so far, we're playing not bad. I didn't expect the start that we've had to be this good. But like I say, we're playing against a team who are unbeaten in like 2 years. It's ridiculous.
Excellent bit of work by Jorginho, and that's a gorgeous ball.
Oh, for a minute that.
By Bonucci. Looking for him.
Ah.
The Stones who had to get up and stretch.
Ah, Riley, you think that it's going to be that one, but it isn't. The next watch along is not Chelsea versus Villarreal. There is one before that one.
Di Lorenzo. There's a caught mid-stride.
But I might tell you guys at half time or something because I'm a bit nervous at the moment. But if you guys want to know, let me know in the chat and I can tell you. But I might say it, I might not. You guys can think about who you think it could be.
Secured England's passage to the 1998 World Cup. Gareth Southgate didn't engage in those battles too often.
Come on, England!
Italy haven't found themselves behind in a game too often in the last 2 or 3 years.
We're that good of a team.
Intercepted the
that
pass and tries to spark
we're like 1 in a million. We're a team that's done something that 1 in a million have not. Oh, right. A lot of teams have not been able to do in the last 2 years. Score against Italy.
They might not have found themselves behind, Guy, but the run that they're on, 33 games unbeaten, they're not just going to go away.
What is on this?
With that kind of run, they build.
You're going to wait, and I'm going to tell you at half time.
Each other.
I'll tell you at half time.
They can come through this type of occasion, but
because my nerves might be a bit 1-0 up at half time. I can be a little bit relaxed, give you half time, 50 minutes, calm down, and stuff like that. I'll be able to tell you then, man. The emotions a little bit subside for 50 minutes.
2020. Kane lost
Well done, ref. Well done, your goalkeepers.
There were 2 or 3 trying desperately to
Hey.
win the ball. Chiellini inevitably one
You
of them.
guys, until half time, can guess what the watch along could be. You guys could guess what the fixture is and see if you guys get it right.
He was a little bit rash with the last decision to go in and try and win the ball.
Just to let you guys know, for the Premier League season, I won't be doing just Chelsea because we're not going to be live like every week.
Trippier's not giving up on that. Nor that.
Because
And he's forced to throw it.
I'm a season ticket holder with Havant and Waterlooville Football Club, which is in the National League South. So I will be going and watching their games on a Saturday. So if you're not getting a live watch along, you will be getting match highlights while I'm at the Havant games from the game I was at. So you get match highlights of that throughout the season for Havant and Waterlooville Football Club on the channel, which I've done since before the pandemic started. But you will always be getting home fixtures, not away. And I will be doing Chesterfield and Chelsea match watch along. So I might be doing Chesterfield live watch alongs if Chelsea ain't playing live. But if Chelsea are playing live, then I won't do Chesterfield watch along. I won't be doing we need Jorginho Fair. We want Jorginho Fair for the cup, for the Super Cup. We want Jorginho Fair for the Super Cup. And we got Mason Mount. We got Kante and Kovacic. So he's a good player.
The back of a great campaign himself, winning the Champions League. They won't want to lose him.
However, for me, I will from August doing watch alongs to the Women's Super League starting. The only reason I might not do the Women's Super League is because of like times and stuff. If it clashes with, say, Chelsea, or if I'm at a game on and stuff like that. The Chelsea men's team, I don't want it to clash. I don't want it to clash and stuff like that. But not every Chelsea game's going to be live.
Bit of time for Trippier. He gets his head up and picks out his man at the back post. It was an unselfish run from Kyle Walker, but the strike. Look at the
Riley, if you have a YouTube channel, let me know what the name is, and I'll type it in on my YouTube.
Looks to his near post in shock. He cannot believe they're 1-0 down after what? A minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Tom Cruise.
Hello.
There's a few good men in there.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Jorginho will leave the field at least temporarily. Mancini would like a little bit of instruction from the medical staff as to whether he can continue. I think he will give it a go at least.
Lewandowski. It's England 1, Italy 0. What is your YouTube? Just let me know in the chat.
Buy a little bit of time here.
Because I could type in and I could be ages finding it. Right, Riley.
Not sure the goal scorer. First appearance since September 2018 came in World Cup qualifying at the end of March.
I think I might have found it. Riley.
International picture. Here's Chiesa. Stones deals with it. Quiet, maybe not so convincing, but Rice has helped him out. Mount. Rice. The boyhood best buddies. They really are living the dream.
He's done a lot of that tonight already, Declan Rice. Not the horrible stuff. Winning balls on the edge of the box. And the ball's bobbling around, the little scrappy bits. He makes sure that England pick up the ball and are able to start the play again.
Sure. Quiet. To challenge for against Di Lorenzo. And it's going to break to Sterling.
Come on, England!
Sterling waltzes around Jorginho. He couldn't get past Bonucci.
Guys, if you like the stream, like, sub and subscribe and all that. Then also subscribe to the channel if you are new.
England wanted a free kick.
Well done, Maguire.
Maguire, Phillips, almost too cool for everybody's nerves.
Well, they're all just backing each other up. You kind of have a look at that picture when Italy are attacking. I'm looking at the run from Immobile and I'm thinking, well, Harry Maguire's got him. It's going to take a welding. I think that was the moment he jarred his knee, hurt his knee. Jorginho.
This is why it was so easy for Sterling next time.
Yeah, well, he's out there.
Pickford long, wanting Kane to win it. Chiellini who heads it out of play.
It's just a couple of videos, but from August the channel will be filled with watch-alongs on mine.
Porto is flustered.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately for him,
The only difference is with the Women's Super League is sometimes they clash with sometimes the with kick-off of the men's fixture sometimes, so that's why.
1v1 battles, they're definitely winning.
Walker.
But I will be doing Chelsea, will be a main focus on the channel. It's just, the other thing is that sometimes I might be able to do watch-ons because I might be at a game on a Saturday, but you will get a highlights video from the game I'm at, so.
It's a nowhere ball. Maguire shimmies past Immobile. Jorginho cuts out the ball forward.
Yeah, but the only difference is I'm not doing 2 games at once, so if the men's got a big game but the women's haven't, the men's team will get picked over it. It all just depends on like fixture schedules and everything. But the men's will get priority because they're the ones that I mostly do.
Di Lorenzo.
Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
Nice one-touch Italian passing.
27 minutes played, England 1, Italy 0.
That's Insigne.
Hey!
Maybe wasn't the best bet. That's what Federico Chiesa's telling him for what?
Well, yeah, there's arguments in the camp. But actually, they work it really well. And I think Insigne's just thinking, well, there's nothing else on. I'm going to have a shot. What's the point of me passing sideways to you? Or to you, when I can have a shot in a central area? They're heavily frustrated at the minute.
Okay.
What a start to the game England had. If you guys don't know, Luke Shaw scored the opening goal for England in just 120 seconds.
Shaw. Declan Rice who goes into the tackle.
Well done, Rice! So guys, put your questions down in the chat if you are new. Or just put down any questions for example, but we can't be any prouder of this team at the moment.
Harry Kane into the penalty area. Forced to turn again.
Come on, England!
Rice. Applause and cheers start to echo around Wembley. England's short passing game, of course. That gives it away.
Riley.
That's the way it goes.
Chelsea late women's FA Cup fixture is on my birthday, the 29th of September. We are playing Birmingham away.
Bonucci.
Birmingham City away in the FA Cup.
How to run. Initially in the middle.
Come on, England! Come on, guys, if you like the stream, hit the like button, like, subscribe, and all that.
The tested this back line a couple of times, and you know the pace of Luke Shaw and Carl Walker.
For sure, well done.
They know what they're up against. So everybody in an Italian shirt just wants to come short.
Well done, ref. Bjorn Kuipers.
Really
I love this ref.
The whistle is England's again. Mount's been hauled out of the way by Giovanni Di Lorenzo. 40 minutes of a final that started with such huge excitement. We're in a period of relative calm now. Maybe not now. Walker lost it, Sterling's back to retrieve.
Can't yet
Sterling,
because it's.
mindful that Mobley
Yeah.
is on his shoulder. Maguire.
I think at about half time I can feel a little
Shaw.
bit more confident because knowing that we've got the first half out and done with, then we can get on with the second half.
Emerson.
So far it's England 1, Italy 0. We need to get a second goal. We need a second, and that's what might make the game a little bit more comfortable for us. But if we can get to half time 1-0 up, I'll be happy with that, because at least that's getting us going.
Jorginho. Insigne gets busy and gives the ball away. He's working it back again though. Verratti.
Get it out! Out!
Behind Jorginho, who points the way for Di Lorenzo.
That's much better from Italy though. That's when they're at their best. When they get bodies around that 18-yard box and they play little 1-2s that can be tricky to deal with when they play that way.
Barella just starting to cover more ground in midfield. Barella, Verratti, Jorginho.
Well, they're just trying to get things going. You know, that is what you've got to do in midfield. You've got to be brave. You've got to get on the ball. You've got to force the passes. You've got to force the issue. Get your teammates playing. So as it stands, England look pretty comfortable setting the formation that they are.
There we go, folks.
Counter.
There's a poll coming on the chat for you guys to vote. So do all your voting.
With apparent ease, usually. There he is again. He's lost the ball this time. Sterling with the first challenge, but England couldn't keep it for long.
Oh, come on, England.
Kyle Walker. What happened to Calvin Phillips about a couple of minutes before?
Verratti always probing, now he's pushing. Emerson will have to stretch.
Well done, ref. Well done, ref.
That's a good one. He's getting a ticking off from Kieran Trippier.
Yeah, they're going at each other all game at the minute. Kieran Trippier's getting the better of that battle. Emerson trying to bite back there. It was a poor ball from, I think, Verratti. It was a simple 5-yard ball that could have been played into his path.
Graham Jones has spotted something.
He's been a top addition to Gareth Southgate's team.
Pickford put plenty into that clearance. Kane helps it on further. Sterling. Mason Mount is on the run. Mount.
Oh!
It was Bonucci who was the brick in the wall that stopped them.
Have it! Trippier, I love him.
With Harry Kane in the air. Harry Kane's dominating this battle. Another great header from him. The spot for Mason Mount is it's the right one. It's actually the right option. He just doesn't quite execute it.
Chiellini's are clear. Insigne. That's an Italy throw.
So guys, vote in the chat. We'll do it to about
Barella.
half time.
Chiesa, off he goes.
Oh, it might be to about the 14-minute mark. To give people a chance to vote.
But he's away anyway, and Chiesa's shot.
Oh.
Pickford wasn't saving that. That's just a foot to the left, that's in, and it's 1-1. That's what he's bringing to Italy's team.
Brilliant play from Chiesa. He brushes off Declan Rice here. Declan Rice is...
We need the next Premier League season to be back to normal season. I mean, we could have full capacity back, and we need to live with.
There's nothing Jordan Pickford would have been able to do about that if it was on target. He's their key man for me. He's their danger man.
Scored against Spain. To put Italy 1-up in the semi-finals. Scored in extra time against Austria. 2 Wembley goals already for him.
Come on, England!
Great example to all, actually, is Federico Chiesa. Nearly gave up football at 13 as others around him grew and improved more quickly.
Go on, Shaw, lad!
Shaw. Terrific work again from Shaw.
Oh!
It was just missing the Mount flick.
And he's had a brilliant start to this game, only 35 minutes in. Got a key player down his left-hand side, another good ball into the box. The issue was, where was Harry
Come on,
Kane?
guys, we want more likes on the stream.
He was sat on the edge of the 18-yard box waiting for the cutback. Just need to commit more bodies there. There's a tap in for somebody.
It's Italy's ball.
Every time England manage to get it wide,
Go on, boys!
Luke Shaw and Trippier have been a right thorn in their side. They don't know how to get close to them. There's balls coming into the box. There's a lot there for midfielders and attackers to go and attack, to go and get on the end of.
Donnarumma leaves it to Verratti. Phillips is on him. Immobile.
You got a few minutes to go into the vote, to the poll ends, folks.
Had the strength to hold off those trying to take the ball away. Seemed surprised by that pass from Maguire, but he's working again.
Well done, Kane.
Thinks he was fouled. Italy throw.
Even if he wasn't, I don't know why Luke Shaw's just not kept it in.
38 minutes played. England won. Italy nil.
Saint-Germain in May. And there were complaints from the French side that he was giving their players more stick than they were giving him. Why not?
Oh, that's late. Well, the ref.
And he's given England a free kick here.
Even though Emerson to Chelsea player, not today.
Yeah, the ball just gets away from Emerson here, and he has a lunge in for it. Declan Rice has done him a big favour. So he follows through, takes him out. In fairness to Declan Rice, he just got up.
About 90 seconds to go on the vote, folks.
Maguire. Kane, nicked at by Chiellini, who did nick the ball. Insigne. And get for offside.
Well done.
The front three, who generally blend so well for Italy, they dovetail beautifully together. Not quite clicking so far tonight.
Well, they was frustrated. They really are. It's a good line, good spot from John Stones. Just holds his line. And maybe he goes.
Come on, Stones, lads.
Soon.
60 seconds to get your vote in.
Good launch. It's going to go all the way out.
Before this game started, Guy, it was absolutely electric in here, wasn't it? As it has been for every game at Wembley. And you was wondering were the players going to respond to it. Was they going to kind of shirk responsibility on the ball? Was they going to feel the pressure of the occasion? There's no sign of that in this young side. Just fearless.
Come on, England!
So they have the numbers forward. England have plenty back. Phillips.
Oi!
Bonucci ordering Kane out of his way.
Yeah, he's a bit smarter. Bonucci, Chiellini's come off worse in those types of situations, but he knew what Harry Kane wanted to do. He wanted to feel him, to know where he was, so he could bring down the ball.
One of my teachers are supporting Italy, but as a whole, we're all supporting England too. That's fair enough.
Ronaldo, Bonucci again, finding Jorginho. Di Lorenzo. Immobile. The referee has given a free kick for the challenge of Mount on Barella.
He wins that one, Mason Mount. And he's working and working to try and get this ball back. I think it was that little one there on Barella. Just needs to stand up, be patient.
These are nervous moments. The two old gladiators have entered England's arena. Matty will try to find one of them. Pickford thought about coming for it. John Stones did the job for him. Emerson. Jorginho.
Come on, England!
Verratti. Emerson, so much movement in the penalty area, into it, out of it.
Yes,
Waiting for the pass.
Where the communication is key, really. And there's plenty of that going on between Maguire and Stones in particular. They're constantly talking to each other, letting them know if players are running behind them or trying to creep into positions in the box.
Oi! Get in!
He's had a frustrating first half. Lorenzo Insigne.
The supporters still smiling and singing. Just over 6,000 officially in the party supporting Roberto Mancini's team.
Come on, England! So how was everyone enjoying the stream? Like, sub, and subscribe if you are new.
This wasn't bothered by Barella's fall, helped him back to his feet. Mount. A bit of close control. Kane. Sterling thinks he's blocked as he entered the penalty area. And doesn't want Bonucci's offer of assistance, nor Donnaruma's opinion on it. Rice. Broken up another Italy attack. Brilliant. And he's on one of his own.
Come on, England, let's get to half time with this lead and I'll be happy. How's that not a foul?
Bill Kuipers, the referee, is letting a lot go.
I think it was a foul as well. I think we were just late. As he released the ball, Declan Rice, he definitely felt some contact. But again, just a lot of that unselfish stuff, that breaking up a play, that driving through midfield. He's done that really well.
Cheers, folks.
Has to use his speed here and concentration against Insigne. And that's help from Trippier. Verratti. That was a lovely touch for Emerson. Emerson, he's sent a couple slaloming. Italy trying to busy things up in the closing stages of the half.
Yeah, England was trying to get to half-time here.
Come on, England. Let's get to half time.
Di Lorenzo. Moratti.
Just clear it. Well done.
Trippier into launch mode.
Get up. Get up.
And really only want to hear the half-time whistle and they'll consider that
4
very good
minutes.
half well played, but it's a while away yet.
Yeah, they got to remain calm though, England, and play their way to half time. I don't want it to become a situation where you're just camped on the edge of your 18-yard box, defending crosses and dealing with a lot of pressure.
Italy's throw. All the way over towards Chiesa. Luke Shaw. And he calmly heads the ball out. Di Lorenzo. Immobile's on the move in the penalty area. There he is, Immobile. Blocked by Stones.
Get it out.
Jorginho. Verratti.
Way.
Comfortable for Jordan Pickford. The block from Stones was probably the more impressive save.
Yeah, it's a brilliant block from John Stones. You just read the
Well done,
situation.
Stones, lad.
He knows he can't get there, so he just thinks, let me get my body into a good place where I think he's going to have a strike on goal. He's been solid at the back. John Stones, couple of big headers, a big block there.
Rice. Runs into Di Lorenzo.
Nearly at half time, folks, between England and Italy in the final of Euro 2020. 4 minutes added on at the end of the first half.
Kane. Running away from Phillips. Insigne.
Come on, England. I'll take that every day.
Walker. With a bit of fortune there. Quickly ricocheted back to Calvin Phillips. There's a bit more room on this side. Shaw. Quiet. Shaw.
Go on, Mount.
Mount.
Sterling. Oh.
Won't go through to Kane. So many blue shirts got back. And they try to spring forward as rapidly as they can. That's a super pass and a lovely touch back as well.
Well done, Phillips.
Chiesa keeps it.
He does, but there's always an England shirt there. Backing each other up, tracking back, winning tackles. Just breaks that momentum that Italy were just trying to build there to find a big finish to this half.
Only a minute of it to go. Chiellini. Di Lorenzo. Now Bonucci's winding one up.
Hey!
He's been playing the game a long time, long enough to know that he was really chancing it, trying to score from there. He's frustrated. It wasn't the play. He needed to kind of work it wide, get a ball into the box, do something productive with it. You're half going, go on, hit that one, knowing it's going to go wide.
Kane against Chiellini continues.
Come on, Ref, about the 4 minutes already.
Italy aren't going to run out of time though at the end of this half.
Well done, boys.
Top of England's defenders, because that will do it for the first 45.
England are 45 minutes away now from winning Euro 2020.
Still the move of the match.
And I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Like, subscribe and all that. And I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Finished off by Luke Shaw, steaming in on the left-hand side. England's half. Italy 0. England 1.
Halfway there, folks. 45 minutes from footballing immortality. All that's needed is a clean sheet. But this comes with a warning. This is England. But Alan, is this a different England?
They've been absolutely fantastic from the very first kick of the game, Gary. They put their stamp on the game. They pressed, they harassed, they closed them down. They offered width, which caused Italy all sorts of problems, which is where the goal from, what a goal it was, is incredible. Two guys in midfield have not given them any space at all. When we have had to defend, they've defended so well indeed. Shaw down one side, Trippier down the other side, causing all sorts of problems with the width. So all very, very positive up to now.
How impressed have you been with Gareth's game plan so far, Frank?
Yeah, the game plan, I think, particularly the first 15 minutes of the match, we talked about width, we talked about switches of play. Italy found themselves with a huge problem. They couldn't get to Kyle Walker. He was linking up with Trippier on the side. Their wingers and midfielders were getting caught in between people. We dominated the game for 15 minutes. I think, to be fair to Italy, they've come back into the game, made us show the other side of our game, which is Rice and Phillips, which is Maguire and Stones in the organisation in a deep area. I just feel like we will at some stage now need to get a little bit more possession dominance back to clearly see the game through.
And for those watching at home that don't watch that much football, and of course there will be many of you because of the nature of this occasion, football's never simple where you just dominate for 90 minutes. Is it, Rio?
No, but at the same time, listen, I think we've looked very composed defending when we haven't had the ball. Yes, we've come low block on the edge of the box, but there's a difference between going there and hanging on and being there and being composed and actually sure of what you're doing. They look very well drilled, very well coached and confident in that area. And obviously we caused them a lot of problems, especially in the early stages. But like Frank said, switching from one side to the other side of the pitch, brilliant, and Kane was integral to all of that.
Luke Shaw's second-minute goal was actually the fastest ever scored at a European Championship final. And it's also the quickest by an Englishman by 17 seconds in any match at the Euros. And you're the other one?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Opener versus Germany in 1996.
Oh, well, there you go. Absolutely. And by the way, what a goal it was tonight. What a goal it was tonight. The way Luke Shaw started the move deep into his own half, showed great composure, didn't want to hoof that up the park, wanted to play out. Harry Kane coming deep as we thought and wanted him to do the switch of play, the running off the ball from Kyle Walker. That's the third centre half, by the way, in the first 2 minutes of the game. What a ball in, and an incredible finish on the half volley to get the accuracy as he did. Stunning, absolutely stunning from the moment Luke Shaw got that ball in his own half to the way he finished it off. Magnificent.
That's wing back to wing back, by the way. Yeah. Trippier crossing to Shaw. That justifies not just only the team selection, but the changing formation to the wing backs. That's what allows the two fullbacks or wing backs to get up the pitch like they did. And that's what we said before. If you're five at the back, it can be a problem.
Yeah, that's the key, isn't it? If you're going to play that system, if your wing backs have got to be brave and got to go high, Frank.
Yeah, you know you're doing something right in an attacking sense of the formation when it's wing back to wing back and one's crossing for the other one to score. But it was the template for the start of the game. Harry Kane dropping off, switching the play, extending the Italian midfield. Jermaine mentioned it in the commentary. A midfield player does not like to have to be extended from side to side. They just couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Fancy seeing a few celebrations around the country? They're always fun. Here we go. That's Manchester. There you go. Wait. Beer throwing has become a thing, hasn't it?
I'll tell you what, I'd love to be in there, wouldn't you?
Next one's Croydon. South London. Yes. Oh, a bit of steam. They'll all be steaming racing, that's for sure, if it carries on like this. Trafalgar Square, I'm
I've
sure
been
you
in that water.
recognise
I've been
that.
in there.
You've been in that water, haven't you? You'll be there later. And this is Leicester. We haven't seen scenes like that for at least, what, 2 months? Coventry. Yeah, Luke Shaw. Yes, it was. I'm not sure he should wear a rain mac. Come on. And this is Wembley. Oh God, this is us. Oh, it gets to us all, doesn't it? It really does get to us all. Yes. Look at that. Oh. I think we kept social distancing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think we will if they go and carry on and stay. I just want a quick word on Luke Shaw, actually, because what a tournament he's had.
phenomenal tournament. And you've got to remember where he's come from. We talked about resilience before with Raheem Sterling. This kid's shown immense resilience. He was kind of put out of the squad, hung out to dry. Jose Mourinho didn't fancy him, obviously. Publicly kind of
Ridiculed him almost.
yeah, and he's just come back from that, and that shows character. That shows somebody that actually he works on himself, not only physically but mentally as well. And he's come back here, and what a dream start to the game. Listen, if he finishes this game as the player that scores the winning goal, imagine that from where he's come from in terms of being someone who was out of the
And
team,
that awful injury he had and all that sort of stuff. But England's early press, it was important, wasn't it?
It's really important, but we spoke about it before the game. It's been something we've been great at doing, and we're keeping in tight areas. Look at the amount of players we have in a tight area. The Italians want to try and play. One of their strengths is using Jorginho, using Verratti. They can't play short there. It's just impossible. Our shape's too good. Our intention to press is too good. The idea we make contact, there you go. Have some of that early on.
Phillips has been everywhere, hasn't he?
Yeah, Phillips has been brilliant. He's been doing that for a long time for Leeds and now for England. But there you go. Show me some contact, yes. Contact. You cannot have too many touches on the ball because we will get after you and we'll win it back. We'll close distances. We've got energy. And that was the first part of the game. Brilliant for us.
Really impressive. Straight on the front foot.
Just didn't let them settle at all, as if to say, if you're going to beat us tonight, you're going to have to be at it, because they were right on top of them from the beginning.
Yeah, they've got the shape spot on. They've clearly taken Gareth's instructions, and he's made them very clear. They know what they're doing.
Yes, they do, and I think this is what I spoke about earlier, is that being deep and being able to control these situations, the gaps between the players, the defensive players and the midfielders aren't huge. But then when the ball does go beyond one of the midfielders, one of the centre-backs, when you've got free, can come out and engage one of the strikers in that position. And I think, listen, you look at this Italian team, if I'm one of the defenders in there, I'm not worried about penetration behind me, because Immobile wants to come to feet. He's not quick enough to get away from you. You can get that, and then it's about getting it and pouncing. I think Declan Rice has been the best in the first half in terms of when we won the ball, the transition out of that and taking us off the pitch. It's been fantastic. The two midfielders have been integral to us being in a position like this and being happy as well.
I don't think they can't really give us a problem centrally in the box. Immobile, I'm not sure whether he's trying to run behind or come short. If they're going to go wide and cross it, we'll probably say thank you very much, because our centre backs in the box. So play in front of us, go to the side, not really a problem. Italy want to combine in the box, and we're just not letting them do that.
It's funny, Italy have trailed for about 45 minutes in this game with the injury time as well. In their previous 24 matches, they'd only trailed in 10 minutes of those particular games. Doesn't mean to say things can't turn, and Italy did have a couple of, let's say at best, half chances.
Well, their best player, I think, in the moment in the first half was being Chiesa, and he was the one that offered. I mean, great skill to take the ball, to just go past Declan Rice as he did, to stay on his feet when he's nibbling away at him, and then he drives into the back five, and that's a decent effort. Pickford's not saving that if it was on target. He's been their main danger.
Yeah, it's the one time Declan Rice has actually been beaten in a one-on-one situation. Declan Rice has been absolutely fantastic, but yeah, they've had more ball, they've had more possession, and eventually your worry is that they can create chances. But when we have the organisation that Rio's just spoken about, and that many people defensively, going to take some really good play or a great strike from outside the box to beat us from there.
I think also as well, yes, we're great in these positions at the moment. We look very comfortable, but I think from a physical point of view as well, we look extremely dominant. They don't look like they've got any players that really hurt us or make you question yourself or take a step backwards. You think, you know what, I'll go and meet anyone anywhere on this pitch. Chiesa's probably the only one who offers you a little bit of a second thought because of his pace, but in the main, we are the dominant team. And
he's not had a chance to score yet, but Harry Kane has led the line and dropped deep and played everything really well.
He's playing the perfect centre role here. He's the centre forward role. He's coming deep when he has to, which is creating spaces for other players to run off him, run in and around him, giving us width. We said he had to do that to try and move the centre halves out, to drag them, and the other players in and around him are intelligent enough. There's that run there of Raheem Sterling, which then creates that space on the right hand side for Trippier. His hold up play has been superb. Aerial has been dominant as well. It's a very clever centre forward's performance, because he's also winning fouls in terms of making defenders foul him and buying his time a little bit at time and space, and I think he's been superb, as have all of them.
Yeah. Harry Maguire, I talked to you as a central defender. He came late to this tournament, but he's been a tower of strength.
yeah, and I questioned, listen, if he wasn't going to be fit for one of the first three group games, and I would have said no, but he's been immense since he's come back in the team. Every ball that's come into that box, him or Stones has got to it. He's been dominant without the ball, in controlling these situations here. very, very aggressive, but also with the ball playing out, it gives us that composure. And I think in these areas here, when the ball comes around in the box, he knows his way around there, positionally, where to be, taking the right body shape, so you can see all parts of the game and the opposition players. And this is the element I love as well about playing. Able to come out, him and John Stones exactly the same, very comfortable doing that. And what that does, it makes the players in front of them have the ability to move. Frank, you would love someone like behind you. You appreciate that.
Yeah, they know exactly the time to pass the ball. They know exactly the way to commit strikers towards them, to then miss them out and play through the lines. Him and John Stones have been brilliant in that first half.
Let's get a neutral view. Our man Jurgen Klinsmann is down by the pitch with Gabby.
Thank you, Gary. Yeah, we'll get to Italy in a moment, but how impressed were you by that first half and England's very quick start?
Oh my God, what a start, what a goal, what an atmosphere. I mean, it was rocking. This thing was rocking here, and well deserved, really. They came out, they were sharp, they were decisive, they were determined, and what a goal by Luke Shaw. I mean, it's just a dream start, because if you want to do one thing against Italy, then is to go up a goal. Because then they cannot play their game, they cannot react to your game. They have to come out and they have to create something themselves, and that's where they usually struggle in their way of play.
And we saw them doing that, getting into the game as the half went on. What will Mancini be saying? What will he be doing to try and get through that very tough England back five?
Well, they have to become creative, because they have to come all with doubling the wings and coming through the wings, because they have to crack this back five, and in front of it is Phillips and Rice. They're doing a tremendous good job. Or they come to the middle with, like Chiesa did, with a dribbling, with a 1-against-1, or maybe a 1-2 situation. But they have to become creative. They have to move more between the lines, which is very difficult against this English side, because they're squeezed so well. They end up in a 5-4-1 formation, actually, and they're doing a great job.
And for England, for Gareth Southgate in that dressing room right now, his team are 45 minutes from greatness, 55 years from a trophy lift. Yeah. What does he say to them?
Well, you don't back off too much. Now go for that second goal. I mean, just push them up. When you win the ball over, go and find Harry Kane. He passes the balls along the way. Find Sterling, find release there, basically, and go for that second goal.
Thank you, Jurgen. Gary.
Let's take a breath. Plenty more sport coming up. It wouldn't be an English summer without a bit of cricket.
It's going to be a 100-ball game.
It's 8 teams from all across the UK.
It's going to be fast, it's going to be quick.
It's going to be world-class players in every team. Biggest names, the best players.
Smashing sixes, wicket-to-wicket action. All about attack.
It's cricket like it's never seen before. It's going to be beautiful. What more do you want?
This is our city. This is our way. This is our game.
The 100 starts Wednesday, 21st of July on BBC Two and iPlayer.
And the BBC's Euros journey doesn't end tonight. The daily Euros podcast charts England's run to the final. Mark Chapman, Micah Richards, Chris Sutton and Karen Carney will have more reaction to this game in the morning. Listen on BBC Sounds.
Come, let's do this thing.
Very impressive. Streaming everywhere.
Everywhere.
Actually quite clever.
Let's go.
Really is the all-round excellent package.
Hello everybody, I am back. We are 45 minutes away from being crowned champions of Europe.
News line for you I've got here. There were some disturbances at Wembley before kick-off, with dozens of fans trying to force their way past barriers to gain entry. A stadium spokesman has said there was a breach of security and a small group of people got into the stadium. We're now working closely with stewards and security to remove these people. Anyone without a ticket will be instantly ejected. I can categorically guarantee that the four of us here all had tickets. There's no question about that. Well, 45 minutes away, Alan. Can they do it?
Yes, they can.
Come on,
Keep
England.
that same energy. Keep up closing the space and down. Keep passing and moving it with pace and stretching Italy as they did in the first half. And absolutely, yes, they can do it.
There's a danger sometimes of whether to stick or to twist, and whether to go for the kill or whether to just hang on. What should they do?
Somewhere in the middle, Gary. I think we want to get some more possession of the ball, but just keeping that discipline and concentration. Now, we know this Italian team are no fools. They're a strong team.
I've come to you last Rio, because I know you are full of positivity.
Yeah, and I still am confident. Listen, game management is key right now. Managing the game, we saw them do it really, really well at the end of this Denmark game, and we've got to do that again today. Concentration imperative.
Here we go. It's all yours. Jermaine Genius, Guy Mowbray.
Thank you, Gary. One more.
Collingwood!
The team has come from behind to win the European Championship final 3 times. Not since 2000, when France trailed to Italy before winning with the golden goal. The first scorers have won the last 4 finals.
Collingwood!
Started with that 1-goal lead. It's the Luke Shaw.
45 minutes away, folks, from being crowned Euro 2020 winners.
Roberto Mancini during half-time. There were a couple of Italian substitutes warming up throughout the interval. Brings us to think we might be seeing Andrea Bellotti or possibly Domenico Berardi at some stage soon.
Come on, England!
As a manager, you'd have looked at that first half, Roberto Mancini, and thought, yes, they finished the half well, but that they're showing a threat up front. Where can he get a little bit more? And Bellotti has come on a couple of occasions up top. And sure, Mobley's been on the fringes of the game so far. You know, he's a predator for Lazio. Scored a lot of goals for them. But he's struggling a little bit tonight up against a resilient and tough defensive unit.
Come on, England!
He won't hesitate to change when the time is right.
If we can do well, we can get the game going. I think we can do well.
Not sure with the throw-in.
Thank you very much, Riley. I highly appreciate it.
Pulled it down.
Oh, that's a foul. Well done, ref.
Looks as though that's going to be the first yellow card of the evening.
They're sick of him, that's why. I can't tell you how good that is. Look at this. No, you didn't see the touch, but the touch before over his shoulder was sensational.
Nicolo Borella of Inter.
Yeah, it's a foul. Just takes him out.
Maguire. Shaw forward. Will stay forward for the throw. The fans have begun the repertoire again. Refreshed and ready for whatever comes in the next 45 minutes. Shaw. Sterling
Hey!
then went down. He claims he was held on to.
No, it's not a penalty. It was a brilliant drive into the box from Raheem Sterling, but
Sterling was asking for a penalty, but referee just waved it away, and we play on.
Just angrily waved an arm in the direction of Calvin Phillips, who was talking out of turn. Doesn't need to referee Bjorn Kuipers. He's worth apparently £11.5 million or so, due to being the owner of a successful supermarket business.
oh, we're not struggling though. And when he presses the accelerator for Raheem, he's gone. Could have possibly gone down there, but he decided to stay up. I don't think there's enough in it. Personally, you know, we've seen them given. We've seen the one against Denmark there wasn't much contact there, but I think he just about got that one right.
There's Di Lorenzo. Here is Bonucci and now Chiellini.
Come on, England!
Inseparables at the back for Italy, so inseparable. Next Wednesday their families are going on holiday together.
Wow. They're that inseparable.
I don't think I'm inviting you on my holiday, guy. We're close though.
I was hinting.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to Scarborough. Italy try and break again. And they have got a free
That's
kick.
never a foul.
The England penalty area.
Now Raheem Sterling, he spots the danger, but he just gets on the wrong side of it. When he comes to win this ball here, there you go, he takes out Insigne and then wins the ball. He spotted what he wanted to do, he could have done it a lot cleaner.
Might be a bit of a hush around Wembley, certainly from the England supporters now, because they will know just what a dangerous position this is. Lorenzo Insigne. He's the number 10, Emerson of Chelsea. I say of Chelsea, he barely gets a kick for Chelsea these days.
It's not...
That is true. But he did come on and score against Atletico Madrid, so he knows he can come on and do something in the game.
Emerson leaves it. Insigne strikes.
Whoa!
Couldn't find the target.
Woo!
Well, it's heart-stopping moments for those England fans, it really is. Well, he should do better than this, Insigne. You know, technically he's better to be at least working Jordan Pickford. He's trying to pick out that top corner, just ended up pushing it wide.
Kane.
Go on, Kane, now.
Magnificent. Trippier. Like he's in Italy's favour. Donnarumma. And Lorenzo. It's a very fortunate Italy right back. The epitome tonight, and that goal went in, and indeed for the whole of the first half, of keeping your cool when all around are losing their heads. Rice. Kane. Challenged by Verratti. And Chiesa is away. He takes some catching. He's got support. Can he get it full width over to Insigne? That's the idea. Walker was ready for it. And behind. He finds his goalkeeper. As though it's the most simple task in the world.
It's just like the insurance policy, isn't it? He just turns up out of nowhere. It's a speed machine. And cool, he plays it back to his keeper, as you say. Looks like a couple of changes.
Yeah, Brian Cristante, defensively minded midfielder, is ready. Which is their number 11, Domenico Berardi, I think, is coming on. Here's Chiellini.
Come on, England!
Mobile, who might be a candidate for the hook. Emerson.
More good pressure in midfield, forcing them back. Calvin Phillips on that occasion.
Insigne. Needs to get into the box. So there's the 2 free kicks. He does like a shot.
Yeah, that's right.
Cristiano Ronaldo took on more shots on goal in Serie A last season.
He does, but you know what? No, it's not the best shot, obviously, but I don't blame him for taking it on. When he's on the ball and he's trying to work it, when he picks his head up, there's no one in the box. Nobody's making a run. They all want to complain afterwards, but no one's actually available to get the ball past to them.
Brian Cristante of Roma. There'll be a duel in the next few minutes with Declan Rice, who's loving every battle that he's involved in tonight.
Come on, England!
There he is, look at that. Doing the sidestep now. Shaw. England throwing, Italy substitutions first.
He's put in one of those Rolls Royce-like displays in that.
Come on, England! Barella is going off for Italy.
He's the player who goes off for Cristante to come on.
And Brian Cristante is coming on.
And it is going to be Domenico Berardi.
Berardi is coming on. And Immobile is going off.
The centre forward role. Might he go wide? Might there be a little shift of the 3? They've effectively got 3 wide players on now. Berardi of Sassuolo. One thing Roberto Mancini's done with this Italy team, he hasn't just gone to Inter and Milan and he generally accepted big guns. He's picked players from all over the country. Plenty of teams to still.
Bonucci's getting booked for a foul. Raheem Sterling. Have it up, you Bonucci. You get away with murder and you don't get away with that.
A bit rash from Bonucci there. He's had a right swipe at Raheem Sterling. Very Italian-like defending, usually so assured.
On Italian-like defending. That's just Bonucci for you. But that means we can be a bit more better, because it means now that we can go up against the defence and know that Bonucci can't do anything or he's off. Ref?
Just trying to
Dennis, a little bit of needlework going on.
Never bells on hands.
Good shot to put it in. It's Maguire.
Oh!
Maguire will rate that as a good chance.
I don't know whether he just leaped too soon. He seemed to go his way down when he headed that one, Harry Maguire.
Come on, England!
Jorginho.
56 minutes played. England 1, Italy 0.
Insigne. Here's Chiesa.
We need to watch out for Chiesa, boys. Watch out for the Chiesa.
Left-hand side. Chiesa fires in. Collected by Insigne. Dribbled his way to the byline. As he pulled it
Well
back,
done.
Put his gloves to it. Rice got it clear. But there is another little sign to all of us that Italy are dangerous, Italy are in the game, and it can quickly change.
Yeah, that was their best move, actually. From back to front, they really just trying to pick their way.
Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
With his positivity, his drive at that defence.
Right, Riley, we need a second goal. We need a second goal to secure, to make it more a good way. We need a second goal in this game to go England's way.
He is left-footed, but prefers playing on the right wing. A little chopping.
Just a kind of a top-look shot from Chiesa. He gets exactly what he wants in the end, a deflection into one of his own players. See how careful Declan Rice is trying to be.
Nah, I don't think we'll be awarded with a bank holiday. No way.
Good save in the end from Pickford.
Because you can.
It's a good one.
It's Emerson.
I have no idea if they'll call it a bank holiday. I think they should make it a bank holiday every year to celebrate us the day that we've won it. To remember it being like a year on or 2 years on since we won. Since we won it. But if the case, this happens every 4 years. So we'll have the title of this for 4 years. So, and Riley, if we win this game, we will be ranked number 1 in the world. We'll be number 1 world-ranked team if we win this game. Way, get in, boys!
He expects more from his team. He's very animated there. I think he just wants some more runs in behind. It's the one thing you've not seen from Italy this evening. There's been a lot of passing in front of this England.
Come on, England!
From this unit that they've put up.
Italy throw. Those defenders, I think, are sensing that this is a phase of the game in which they absolutely have to be rock solid.
Rock solid is the main thing right now.
It's a very good Italian side, and defensively we do need to be strong, but we also need to
create chances,
get back on the ball and get some possession and get ourselves back up the pitch.
Verratti. Chiesa. Verratti into Insigne. Now it's Jorginho.
Come on, England, hang on!
Lorenzo. Shaw's have to meet him. Can't stop the cross.
caught his hand. There's a few warning signs though here for England. This Italian team is getting more and more confident.
Half an hour to go, folks. Half an hour to go.
Coming up to an hour play, it's a little bit early for the songs to become a little bit more celebratory.
Ah, we can't do that yet.
The mood is euphoric inside Wembley just at the moment, and I think they're trying to transmit their relaxed feel to the players. There's Phillips.
Come on, good!
Every blade of grass again, as has Rice, who's on one of those surges again.
Ah! Can't seem to be doing a lot wrong, but
The distance is covered by every player at half-time, and unsurprisingly, Calvin Phillips was top of the pile again.
He's a machine, absolute machine. Him and Declan Rice.
Colin Rice!
He's been doing that all tournament. He talked about partnerships in and around the squad. That was an area of the pitch that was concerning to a lot of people. Arguably being our best and strongest area of the team.
Come on, England, we need to create more chances, but we're not doing it.
Jorginho to Di Lorenzo. Pickford.
Ah, 90 minutes. 28. 29 minutes to go. I'm counting down the minutes. I'm counting down the minutes. I'm counting down the minutes, boys.
Chiesa goes on. We've seen him do this before. Brilliantly saved.
What a save by Jordan Pickford. This is why he's a Golden Glove winner at the tournament.
By the fact that his defenders allowed that to happen, but he was ready.
Well, he's the one, Chiesa. He's the big problem for England. He's not playing with any fear.
That's why Pickford is that good. Pickford is that good.
Because he worked it.
Pickford for England.
He took another touch.
We're just going to do well and play the way we are and do what we can do.
When he strikes it here, he watches it all the way. Jordan Pickford gets down to it early, strong left hand to it. We've got to work a little bit harder in getting Chiesa going away from goal. You can't allow him to come onto that right foot.
That is true. Because Chiesa's really good at getting onto either foot and burying it home.
Another Italy warning shot fired. Di Lorenzo, that's going to go.
Hey! Corner! Corner, baby! Come on, England!
Chased into it by Mason Mount.
Yeah, a little bit of breathing space for England now. They've been under a lot of pressure for the last 5-10 minutes of this game.
Come on, someone in white, get your hand to it!
Here goes across in no great hurry.
Someone in white, get your head onto it.
Big though, Donnarumma. When you're taking his corner, you want to whip it in, but you've got to try and keep it away from him, the goalkeeper.
Trippier.
Oh!
Tipped over the top by the giant Donnarumma. I think he was going over anyway from Stones, but the keeper couldn't take that chance.
I don't think he gets all of this. I feel like it comes off his shoulder in the end. He heads it kind of in between.
Oh, he gets a touch onto it. Does Donnarumma to deny John Stones?
That's a good save from Donnarumma.
Oh, ah! Come on, England!
Trying to repeat the trick.
Ah.
This time it's Bonucci. He wasn't having any of it.
You can cut the tension with a knife right now. It's that tense, man. I thought Germany was worse than this, and that was when I felt very confident against Denmark. Germany was the only other game which I was a bit nervous about, which I'm thinking...
You need to sit still as well.
Here's Stones.
Come on, England!
Shaw.
Oh no, unlucky.
I do like that though from Luke Shaw. It's a couple of balls now that he's just played over the top of Di Lorenzo and Bonucci, just to kind of remind them, we've got runners, we will get in behind you, try and push them back, force them back.
Jorginho, Verratti. Marco Verratti still looking for the right key to unlock England. Di Lorenzo. It's Berardi. Spin away from Shaw, support from Cristante. Bonucci. Senior's got himself into a pocket. Falls backwards though. Jorginho. Verratti. Chiesa. Chiesa swung it in.
Well done, Maguire.
Good job it was Insigne in there. 5'4".
Well done, Maguire.
Over him, and Maguire did what he had to do.
Yeah, it's a brilliant header from Harry Maguire. There's nothing else he can do with this. He's going back towards goal. He's just got to flick it and get it as high as he possibly can. Chiesa's causing big problems down this left-hand side now.
Bonucci trying to find some space. It's flicked across. This is a problem, and it is in. Italy are level, and it is Bonucci who's put
Italy are level, Bonucci.
one of the most experienced players in the world game. A rock at the back, a thorn in England's side in attack.
But it's been coming, you have to say that. They've been the team that have come out on the front foot. And once England lose this near post header here, they're in trouble. And it's bouncing around. Pickford makes a really good save. And they just keep it alive, they keep it moving. And they follow it in. Bonucci just constantly believing something's going to come. And it lands right on the plate for him to get his country back in this game.
Striker's instinct from the old warhorse. Jordan Pickford couldn't do any more than he tried. But it is now Italy 1, England 1. Once again, there's an uneasy feeling around Wembley.
We said in the first half, Guy, you don't go 33 games unbeaten and then just go away in a big game like this. They were going to fight, they were going to make changes. And it's those changes from their manager Mancini that have got them back into this game, and now England need to respond.
There's Bonucci once more with a searcher for Insigne. Emerson takes over.
Southgate, you have to do something.
Chiesa was calling.
We might have to change up.
Chiesa. Pickford watches it go right across his face, but Italy are on top. They are firing.
Yeah, they've got the bit between their teeth as well. They've got what they've been searching for after such a poor start to the game. I mean, it all started for missing that first header. Mason Mount's late to winning that one with Verratti. He wasn't late in sticking that one in the back of the net.
109th appearance for his country. A record 18th game for him in the European Championship. One more than even the ever-present Gianluigi Buffon in goal managed.
And England have just stopped playing in the second half. You know, all that kind of Harry Kane dropping deep, getting the balls into Mason Mount and Sterling, and the width that Kieran Trippier was providing high and wide. You know, we've gone from a 3 at the back to a 5 at the back pretty quick.
There's been a lot of action happening to our right.
Come on, England!
Going the other way. Emerson. Verratti. Off Walker. Italy throw. Time for Bukayo Saka.
Looks like Saka is coming on for England, folks.
Another no-fear teenager. He has sparkled in the time that he's had at this tournament. Trippier is going off, and he's made the decision almost for the management there. I'll go on this side, you get him on.
We'll have a look. It's probably going to be a shift in formation. We'll probably go back to
Come on, England!
I know that Saka can play wing back. Just let the game settle down and have a look there.
Jorginho. This is Insigne. It was a good tackle by Rice.
Oi!
Stopped in his tracks.
How's that not a foul?
It is a foul. He's nutmegged him. He's got blocked.
Verratti.
Yeah, England have definitely gone much more back to kind of a 4-3-3 formation.
Jorginho. He and Verratti are really ticking over in midfield now.
That's what they do best, and Insigne's doing, he's a big part of that. They formed a little triangle. He's dropping deep. He's just came off John Stones and Harry Maguire. And like I said, forming a lovely little triangle in that midfield.
Come on, England!
Southgate was just calling somebody else back from the wall, so it might be Jordan Henderson.
Oh no.
He's certainly going to take a seat and maybe start shedding some layers. Walker.
Well, they needed to get back on the front foot, England. They definitely did.
There's Saka. Kane. Doesn't help Saka.
Lucky Saka!
Jorginho. Chiellini. Insigne, so sharp.
Well done, Walker!
Emerson's been much better for them in this second half as well, getting himself higher up the pitch.
Party's just stalled a bit. Bonucci. That's a great ball, but it's over the bar. Pickford out.
Berardi has just missed a glorious chance, but he was in front.
Who was onto the end of the quarterback pass.
Well, it's a brilliant ball. He just runs inside Luke Shaw, just catches him out. And the ball's right on the money. He's watching it all the way over. He's not once looked at Jordan Pickford or where he is. He's just thinking about getting contact on the ball. He does that, he couldn't score.
Declan Rice is going off, and Jordan Henderson's coming on.
Has been the player generally who's gone off for England in games, and he couldn't have done any more than he's tried to do during his time on the pitch today. He has run and run.
I think he took a little bit of a knock in the first half, and he's just ran his race and run himself into the ground.
On comes the captain of Liverpool.
Come on, guys! Come on, boys!
Well, in that change with Jordan Henderson, you would hope that he adds, some calm with that experience that he's got into that midfield that is started to struggle.
It's Chiesa. Insigne. Might be something else for Italy here.
Well done, Pickford!
Pickford wants to get it going long early, and he's been told to think again. And Italy are breaking through almost at will now.
Yeah, this is the Italian team that started the tournament. The one in that first 45 minutes was a shock, didn't know what to do. It's England that look like they're on the ropes now.
Insigne. to Chiesa.
Well done, Walker.
Walker to Saka. Hand of Saka's hand, but it's what is the verdict? Handball or throw? Throw for Italy.
Come on, England.
15 minutes of the 90 to go. Time for England supporters to do their bit. Chiesa. Quiet, there's nobody there. England have lost their way.
Well, I think that's the frustration that he's seeing there from Harry Maguire. He wants to find a forward pass, he wants to put somebody in behind, but he's almost going, come on, I've got nothing to hit. But as a team, this is where they need to be brave, they need to be stronger, they need to, think about getting higher up the pitch, pressing higher up the pitch.
Chiesa. Verratti.
Just going through a phase in the game where their energy levels don't look as good as they always have been.
Here's Chiesa and Insigne, both of those two are still brimming with energy. Bonucci. Jorginho.
Come on, England.
Chiellini. Can't get near the ball, England's players. No. They will do now. Chiesa lost possession. Kane. Henderson. Saka just caught on his heels. And Chiellini in. Maguire. He's lost it.
Well done, ref.
And he's got the benefit of the referee's whistle, much to Verratti's annoyance.
England are just a yard off it at the minute. With everything they do, when they win the ball back, there isn't that many options on the ball. Now they're under a lot of pressure. 2-3 Italians pressing them high up the pitch. Having to work a little bit harder on the ball than they did before. Look at the
Come on, England.
the Italians all over them.
Shaw's dealt with it. Maguire. Foul again. Starting to stride out and get forward again.
He's showing, some character, Harry Maguire. He's going to. He's a captain. He's a leader. He just wants more from his team.
Saka. Verratti has chopped him.
There's a lot now, though. This is persistent foul.
Come on, England.
He's just hacked him down with his knee. He generally has been a player, a little like one or two of the England players who was a doubt through injury at the start of the tournament. He's played the last four, but he's gone off before this stage. I mean, most of the others. He played the full 90 against Wales. End of group stage match. It wasn't quite as intense as this.
You can see his legs heavily strapped up as well. Don't seem to have affected him in the second half.
Sure.
Come on, England.
Chiellini knocks it down and away to Verratti. Saka couldn't
Ah, Saka.
And here's Chiesa. Might just get to that.
Well done, Walker.
Got to him. Saka. His heels were clipped. England free kick, but Chiesa again was sparking panic. Roberto Mancini said about him before the tournament, he sparks fear in opponents.
No, but I think he actually might be hurt. I'm not really joking this time.
Yeah, we've got two of our quickest on him here. And then Calvin Phillips had to come and help out. He does take a stamp on top of his foot from Calvin Phillips here, I think, as he goes through. Just nicks it. Might have been Kyle Walker's foot that caught him. I think that's why he's in such pain.
I'm glad that he's...
It's a good time though for England just to kind of regroup, have a chat, try and work things out, because there's no doubt that they've not come out in the second half to play. Here's the goal. The question marks whether it hit his arm.
Verratti did well with the header.
Yeah, well, they just kept it alive, didn't they? They really did. It was that near post challenge though. And once they won that, I think it was Berardi. He was always in trouble.
That was big bad Bonucci. He used to work with a motivational trainer called Alberto Ferrarini. He used to punch him, just toughen him up and give him garlic sweets to chew before games. Every trick in the book.
Garlic sweets?
I wouldn't go near it.
Is that even a thing?
Sounds like it.
Shaw's opener seems a long time ago now.
There's a lot of tension in the stadium now. As the conversations go on, look. This was the Italians in the first half, frustrated, didn't know what to do.
Don't think anybody's getting a hat-trick, Sir Jeff. I think that one's safe. How many major events would you get Sir Jeff Hurst and Kate Moss sitting next to one another at? That's a good spot, Don.
Come on, England!
Federico Chiesa is taking an age here, and is the decision being made? Federico Bernardeschi is going to come on.
So their best threat's gone. Their best threat is gone.
Not a bad thing. He's been a nightmare for them. All game, actually, he's been the one that's a problem. It's Bernardeschi to get in readied for the game, but Chiesa looks like he still wants to carry on.
So Italy down to 10 just for the moment, whilst Chiesa makes his mind up.
Come on, England!
The message, I think, from the medical staff has been, we're going to give him a few more minutes. They're trying to get the attention of the referee to wave him back on at the moment. I think the referee giving up on him. Here's Henderson. Chiesa takes to the field once more.
Come on, England!
The England fans are surprised to see him upright. Mount. Shaw. Mount. Where to next? It's Saka, but it bounced off him.
Oh!
Couldn't adjust his feet.
He did a lot of it right, Mason Mount. The quality of the cutback just wasn't great.
Stones. England pressing in the Italian half. It hasn't happened this half.
Yeah, much better. Finally, look like they're coming to life here.
Come on, boys!
Walker. Saka.
Hey! Are you going to book with any dress? Well done!
His name is taken.
It was one of those balls from Saka that was just on the wrong side, and Phillips had to go for it. It's high, it's late, it is a booking.
On the positioning of Stones and Maguire. He's now back at the end of the line, which is a bit more of a line with a few gaps in. Now the holes are being filled. Mount who lifts it. It was Stones who went for it. And Shaw who's coming onto it to hit it again.
Oh!
Ball was not in the right position for that to work. Until he changed, it is Bernardeschi and it is Chiesa who will now go off.
He's still taking his time. He's having a conversation with the referee in the middle of the pitch. Oh no.
Are you gonna book him, ref? He's taking so much time to get on.
Of the Juventus man, who's replaced by a teammate from Turin.
Chiesa's gone off and Bernardeschi has come on for Italy.
He's going to come on and play through the middle.
Which is where Insigne was causing a few problems.
Yeah, Insigne's now come back out onto this left-hand side by the looks of it.
There's Emerson. Jorginho. Verratti to Chiellini. "86 minutes have passed by. England supporters. The little football's coming home.
What?
We've got a delay because somebody will be going home much sooner than we wanted to, I suspect. Oh dear. Frustrating experience for the England players. The Italian players are finding seeing the funny side, but it's not what anybody wanted.
No, it's not.
To make the parents proud, eh? Referee spotted it. Give the ball to John Stones to restart the play. So a minute will be added on for that. Maguire. Composure and focus must be restored quickly. Stones.
Come on, England!
About it at half time, whether the team decides to stick or twist. And they
Sorry with everyone.
The second half and decided to stick, and it's cost them. In the last 5 minutes, there's been some more positive signs. They've regrouped. They found a way to get themselves back on the ball, but definitely feels like this is drifting towards extra time.
Sterling.
Good, Sterling, lad!
Sterling goes on into the penalty area. They don't tackle him. He's just overdone it. He's gone behind for a goal kick. He ran
Look,
out
he's
of room.
Sterling.
He's moving so quickly, the line came before he knew it.
He's got so many bodies on him. It's been much more one of his quieter games this evening for Raheem Sterling, but look at the threat. And Cristante and Bonucci, they spot it straight away and they doubled up on him.
Verratti. Bonucci. Verratti.
Oh boy, so tense in anyways.
Good tackle by Phillips. Robbed Cristante. Sterling. Shaw steamed by. Sterling's got the bit between his teeth.
How's that not a foul? Ref!
Bernadeschi. It's England throwing.
Yeah, not many options here for Raheem Sterling. He does the slip in the end. Called it right, Bjorn Kuipers, the referee. I think Raheem Sterling saw it that way.
That's 90 up. Does Mancini want more, or is he happy to settle for a full 30 more? Sterling. And there are going to be 6 minutes more at least. Wouldn't this be dramatic? Well,
this is hero territory. It really is. Anybody that can nick it at this point here. You can hear the noise from the fans. They see what they want. They're trying to drive the team forward.
Raheem Sterling, so quiet, kept quiet throughout most of the game, and certainly this half is starting to shine.
He is. He is, and we know that his fitness and his strength, he can go into extra time and still hurt teams.
Shaw. Maguire has his eyes on it. Stones with the next jump. Verratti clipped by Henderson.
Lewis is down that end and not near the goal that they're shooting at.
Bonucci. Chiellini. Emerson was on the march down the left. Jorginho.
Go on, Walker.
Walker.
Well done, Walker.
The better of Insigne. Henderson had to be perfect for Saka. It wasn't quite. And Chiellini celebrates another one of his typical interventions.
Yeah, he spotted it early, Chiellini. That's why he got there first.
What's trying to sprint Sterling. Bonucci. How cool is that? Goodness me.
Probably spot on. That's why he was so cool.
Chiellini.
Definitely just lost a bit of freshness in this second half, the England team.
And Jorginho. Walker thought about going for it. Let it go to Emerson instead. It's Chiellini. Verratti. Chiellini.
You can cut this tension with a knife.
3 minutes of injury time have been played. Another 3 to go. And so they are keeping the ball, stalking England, who are just keeping their shape and trying to keep them at bay. Verratti. Somewhere in the background the England band is playing, but nobody really wants to join in. It's just so tense now all around Wembley. Italy playing with a bit of freedom though.
They are, and the issue is when you have the ball, you're just fresher. You're not chasing it. And England have spent 45 minutes chasing the football and chasing shadows. And there are elements to their game now that just look tired.
They can take it to extra time. There has to be a bit of a reset.
A reset and a couple of changes. There's no doubt Jack Grealish has got to come onto this pitch at some point. Somebody can carry the ball, somebody can win some free kicks, commit players.
That is true.
Bonucci. Cristante. There's Berardi. Cristante, strong running. Walker. Oof.
Well done, Walker.
Just not doing that. Perfectly pushing for Jordan Pickford, who's looking for Mason Mount. Donnarumma is very calm about that situation. Chiellini. Jorginho. That's a good ball forward. Calvin Phillips sensed the danger.
Well, he had to. It was a good ball from Jorginho.
It's not a particularly good one from Walker.
That's been the problem though for us all this second half. We've had nothing to hit. You know, Harry Kane was kind of the go-to person in that first half. He was dropping deep. In this second half, we found it much more difficult to get him or Mason Mount.
Oh, Saka is hauled back by Chiellini. The ball hadn't gone out, and he was ready to sprint away down the touchline. Clear yellow card. This might not be time enough for England to profit from the free kick.
Well, he knows he's messed up here, Chiellini, and Saka's away. Didn't give him any chance of getting to the ball. You're not going anywhere, he said. One last chance for England to stick it in the box, though.
Tick past 96 minutes.
Second ball.
It's Calvin Phillips. Puts it over to Harry Maguire. And he's been beaten in the air. And that is it. I think we always knew it would be this way, or sensed that it might be. As in the 1966 World Cup final at Wembley, as in the 1996 European Championship final here. It is going to extra time. Italy won, England won.
Well, you didn't expect it to be easy, did you? It's been far from it in the second half. Italy coming back with a very impressive second half performance. Shifting tactics, England sitting deep. And ultimately have to say that Italy deserved their equaliser, but extra time is a different game, as we know from history. This is the 8th game at this tournament to go to extra time, and the 4th actually at Wembley. England have scored twice in extra time at the European Championship. Harry Kane's rebound versus Denmark, plus Frank Lampard's strike against Portugal back in 2004. How do you see it now, Alan?
Well, that was a really tough second half for England. Well done to Mancini for switching it around in the second half, bringing a couple of subs on, giving Chiesa and Insigne a little bit more freedom to stretch our back four, back five, whatever it was in that second half. They found the little pockets which they couldn't find in the first half because Rice and Phillips were blocking those, but they found the gaps, and they caused us all sorts of problems in that second half. There was a little break with about 10 minutes to go of that half where Chiesa got his injury, and I just thought that might just be enough time to settle England down. And
is it time for that man?
Looking at that guy there, I would definitely give him time to come on now and get into this game, just to give us someone who can carry that ball forward and buy a foul.
There's a lot of young talent on that bench, a lot of fresh legs. Frank, who would you like to see come on?
Well, we have to use it. We need an injection. I'd like to see Jack Grealish come on. I think it's a good time, a break in play for Gareth Southgate to get some information onto the pitch. The players will be shocked with that half. It's not a nice half for them. They've ended up being passive. All the good things early in the game changed and become negatives. So now what can he do in terms of personnel? The reason we talk about this squad, the reason you have this group of talent is to use them at the right times. And I'm pretty sure Gareth's going to find a way to get a Grealish or a Sancho on the pitch to try and get us up the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we went from playing a 3 at the back with the wing backs very high to being pushed firmly back in their own half to 5 at the back, and that's the concern sometimes. But listen, these guys, they're a fit bunch. They've got resilience, as we said before. They've been here in the last game, so they've got that experience. But these guys are going to have to dig deep now, and they're going to have to find something. And I think we've said it throughout the tournament. Gareth's come up with the trump cards at vital moments when he's made team selection changes and substitutions at the right time. And here, like I say, we've got an abundance of talent on that bench that need to come off there and really, really hit the ground running and make a difference.
Well, let's see if we can do it. The reason we're in extra time, of course, is that Bonucci equalised. Let's have a quick look, and put ourselves through the purgatory of watching it again.
It's very good movement at the near post. We don't win the first ball, and that's a fantastic save
Pickford unlucky,
from Pickford, isn't it? He pushes it onto the post, but Bonucci's just there. Mount loses him. Stones is the wrong side of him. It's good movement, yes. Good header, good save. Bonucci's there just to stick it away.
Look at Bonucci on the move constantly. Move like a centre forward there.
Yeah.
On the move, sniffing where the ball might fall to, and he's the only one really
He's been
on the
excellent
move.
actually, Bonucci, throughout.
Yeah, he has.
We spoke about Bonucci and Chiellini before the game, and you maybe make question marks about how fit can they be? Will we have too much energy for them? The worry is now it's getting to the type of game now where character, organisation, experience of having been there before. Bonucci and Chiellini, to be fair, have shown that. Even Chiellini's foul at the end there, you know, they do the things that need to be done in game.
Okay, you often see a game of football, it's switched at half time, it might now
Here we
switch
go,
again
guys,
in
extra
extra
time, boys,
Different
extra time.
changes may or may not be
Ah,
made.
extra
One thing
time. You never thought you'd be
got
seeing
to
this
do
again.
Is try and make something happen. Let's rejoin Jermaine and Guy Murray.
Thank you, Gary. Time for deep breaths. Dig deep. Not just the England players, but everybody watching too.
Come on, England, extra time.
It is Italy who are going to make a change for the start of extra time, though. After all the talk of Jack Grealish, it's going to be Andrea Bellotti, number 9, who comes on for Roberto Mancini, taking over from Lorenzo Insigne.
It's their third change, that centre forward. So I think Bernardeschi's going to go over to that left-hand side now.
Bellotti will go through the middle. He's also, I'm pretty sure, been brought on with what might happen in half an hour in mind. Plenty could happen before then. Let's hope it does.
Well, I have to say, I'm quite surprised that Gareth Southgate's not made a couple of changes. You know, with the wealth of talent we have on the bench, it felt like the right time to freshen it up. But he's got everything right at this tournament, Gareth Southgate, and he believes in his team. He knows what they've got. You know, maybe he's just considering penalties and who's going to be taking them, and that has to be factored into his decision with regards to who he brings on.
Verratti, who increasingly as this game has gone on has been the one demanding the ball and always in the right place to receive it.
I think the only disappointing thing for me is there's been a lot of talk, you know, about Bonucci, 34 years old, Chiellini, 36 years old. We haven't really tested them. We haven't pushed their energy levels in this game by running them.
There's Bernardeschi. The flag has now gone up.
Well done.
For offside, so it won't be the corner. It was Emerson, I beg your pardon. It won't be the corner that he thought he got. That was Bernardeschi running through. It was the Emerson block there on Henderson that was the problem.
Yeah, it's well spotted by the referee. Emerson knows exactly what he's doing.
Henderson unable to bring his energy and drive to England's performance since coming on. Not yet, anyway.
No, it's been difficult in that midfield. You know, there's no doubt that Verratti and Jorginho, and Cristante, since he's came on as well, they've had the better of that midfield. They've had more possession. But he's put in a shift, Jordan.
Bellotti showing his stuff for the first time. Difficult one for Berardi, and he's actually caught Harry Maguire high with the raised boot. Maguire's not making a deal of it.
No, he knows. Nowhere near him.
England managed to win through against Denmark in extra time. Italy have done it twice. Against Austria in the last 16, and then on Tuesday on penalties against Spain. Mount. Shaw. Talk a lot about this England team being youthful and playing with the verve and no fear of youth. Got to show it now. Back to how they were doing in the early stages of the match, the sort of Mount and Rice sort of still playing in the backyard enthusiasm.
Yeah, look, it's all right being, being young, as we said, being fearless. But when you talk about energy levels, it doesn't just come from youth. The way that Italy have managed this game, the way they've been on the ball more, that's why they've got more energy at this particular time.
Free kick given against Sterling. And Jorginho is less than pleased about it. Locatelli is going to come on for Italy next. Just looking to see if there are any signs of an England change. Not just yet. Locatelli's ready. He'll be on soon.
Yeah, he's a busy player as well. Lots of energy. Can nick a goal.
Come on, England!
I think it'll be for Verratti. He's probably looks like he's struggling a bit in there.
You need to get something like Grealish to get on the field. Get us someone who can run, who can give us something to look for.
Bonucci. Trying to pick up Berardi.
Well done, Pickford.
How quickly do England want to go? Not all that sprightly.
Sprightly. Sprightly little fella.
Phillips had the time to turn. Now Luke Shaw. Mount. Runs to Henderson, who sees Sterling.
Go on, Sterling! Go on! Oh, but
and
no,
back
it's
comes
Chiellini.
To do what he's done for so many years. Snuff out the threat.
Well, they get fortunate here. Just a poor touch from Mason Mount. But once it comes to Raheem Sterling, he just can't quite sort his feet out. He's trying to get the ball in front of him to put it square across the box. Oh, those two defenders always seem to be there at the right time.
Verratti is off. Looks as though he wanted to go the distance that he possibly could have done, but
we need to bring someone on.
Yeah, he's been good though today.
Like I say, we need to bring someone on.
A key part to that.
Come on, Southgate.
Composure.
Dip your hand in your pocket and bring someone on.
Locatelli, the straight swap.
On Shaw.
Corner in, Donnarumma back pedals towards his goal. Phillips might have a go at goal. He does.
Oh! Phillips are lucky.
Missed by that far.
Yeah, that's close. And especially when it comes through the bodies, it means Donnarumma's going to see it late. Lovely technique, just keeps his eye on it, just slightly pulls it. You can see the late dive from the Italian goalkeeper, just because he sees it late, but
far enough wide.
Yeah.
Bonucci.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Italians approach this extra time, because a lot of the extra times they've played in, they've just completely shut it down and tried to get to penalties, but they've been so dominant in that last 45 minutes. And with the changes that Mancini's making, you'd feel that he thinks he can go and win this in extra time.
Henderson.
Come on, England. Oh, for God's sake.
Grealish. He's getting ready. He wants to get his top layer off.
Huh.
Well, England fans are going to love this when they see it.
Jack Phillips bundled off it. Here's Di Lorenzo. Maguire found late. Certainly bumped in too late. He wants the free kick. Italy are getting the throw in.
Here's what's needed. I mean, He brings energy to the stadium, he brings energy to the pitch.
Lopetegi. Di Lorenzo. Belotti.
Well done, Pickford.
Cover the spin. This is the 10th game in the Italian national team's history in the European Championships that's gone to extra time. They've only scored in one extra time period, and that was against Austria in the round of 16. Just a couple of weeks ago. Here we go then.
Jack Grealish is coming on, and Mason Mount is going off. Mason Mount, Mason Mount.
Typically energetic performance. Not able to get on the ball nearly as much as he would have liked as the game went on. But now Jack Grealish, who England simply have to get on the ball.
He's the poster boy.
He's built for special moments.
Poster boy is on the pitch.
There's nothing more special in an England shirt than what he's facing right now.
Shaw will leave it to his club captain, Harry Maguire. Shaw.
Go on, Shaw.
Pass from Maguire. Up goes Kane. It's out to Phillips. Wouldn't sit down for him to have another shot. Referee's trying to play advantage here. Shaw. Never came to anything. It never really looked likely to come to anything. He was ready to give the free kick at first.
It looked like a free kick. It didn't seem like there'd be any real advantage to be played there, but he allowed it to play on.
Phillips, pursued by Cristante. Just a little bit more life about England now.
Yeah.
Come on, boys.
Kane has a little glance. Yes, Bonucci is lying in wait. Lotti was coming back from being offside.
Those players are not happy with the net. I don't think I would be either. Just come off the bench. It's fresh. Got to get himself onside.
Maguire, Shaw. Grealish.
There we go.
Up against Bonucci.
Go on, Grealish, lad.
Grealish goes on. Leaves it for Saka.
Unlucky.
Away from him.
Unlucky. That's better.
Already drawing into three players. They look nervous when he's on it. Oh, there's that little touch there from Di Lorenzo. He's caught out Bukayo Saka.
Bonucci. It's just a collision. Walker takes the throw in quickly to Kane. The referee wants him to take it again because it's actually Italy's throw, so. He's done really well to hide his feelings, apart from when the job has been satisfactorily done, but just looks a little bit concerned now, Gareth Southgate. Here's Maguire. And a few too many of those. Impressive work.
We need to somehow get Harry Kane in this game again. He's been missing for the last 45 minutes, but he only needs one moment. England create one opportunity for him.
Here's Bernardeschi. Walker is across quickly, but he hasn't managed to stop the run. Comes off Pickford, and it's bounced behind. It wasn't kept in, it will be a goal kick.
Bloody hell, what are we doing, boys?
Wow. He thinks he's winning this one, Kyle Walker, and he just overshoots the tackle. And the ball is a brilliant one, it really is. Bernardeschi must be thinking, how's he not got there? But in fairness to Jordan Pickford, he gets a really good hand to it to get it clear. I'm not sure what they're complaining about. It's a brilliant save from the England keeper.
Once again, Bonucci with the most casual and yet colossal bit of defending. Talked a lot over the last few weeks about this England team making strides and breaking barriers. Just that one huge one to break in the next 15, 16 minutes, but those two at the back for Italy are the ultimate barrier. Chiellini. Another lift from the stands for England's tiring players. Maguire. Bernardeschi. First shot blocked. Phillips lofts the ball as far and as high as he can.
He's been brilliant, Calvin Phillips, all game.
Saka swung his leg but missed it. Kane goes back into challenge.
Oh, referee!
Tackle that was wrong. Free kick Italy.
He's saying he didn't get the ball. I think Jorginho just does well. He just plants his foot before Kane. He's stretching to reach the ball and draws in the foul. A couple of huge blocks there though. Locatelli picks up that ball on the edge of the box. Wasn't a thought about him passing it. Body's getting thrown on the line.
1 minute before a quick breather. Italy look to be in again. It's Locatelli. Maguire was brilliantly balanced. Grealish takes a barge from Di Lorenzo. Doesn't need to react. Get the free kick and get on with it. Another one up to Kane, another one met by the head of Bonucci. Kane, Locatelli got across it. Handball against Locatelli, free kick England right at the end of the first period of extra time.
Yeah, you just can see there, knocks it onto Locatelli's hand. Oh, England got something up their sleeve. On this set piece, they've been floating them towards the back post, towards Harry Maguire. Been quite predictable at times, but just needs a better delivery on it from Luke Shaw.
Get on the edge of your seats. Get ready to get up if necessary. It's Shaw. Shaw's floated that one into Donnarumma territory, and the whistle has gone straight away for a bit of England pushing on Italian defenders. That will be a free kick for Italy. That will do it for
half time at the end of extra time. 15 minutes to go, folks.
A little bit more to be positive about, perhaps, from England. Another nervous, tense 15 minutes to come. Italy won, England won.
Oh
dear. How are you bearing?
hello, Pradeep.
It's all very tense up here. It's beginning to look like.
No, I'm tense.
Isn't it, Aaron?
Oh, do we have to? If anyone is looking for us to calm them down at home, I'm afraid we can't. It's so nerve-wracking. Stood up here, the rest of the stadium's really nervous. Players are looking very tired. We just want 15 more minutes. Come on, one last push.
Yeah. Can still happen, Frank. Anything can happen.
Yeah, it's time to dig in. You know, we talk a lot about intricacies of formations and this and that. When you get to this level, end of a tournament, 15 minutes till penalties. The penalty takers, potential ones, will be thinking about penalties. We're all thinking about penalties.
What about you? I used to think, no, please someone come up with a trumps now, please come up with a good to get us out of that, because penalties.
Just in case it comes in number 10 in the penalty list, is that what you said?
Well, number 8 I was actually, thank you very much.
Number 11.
No,
The crowd
no,
are getting up. Now,
I
players
wouldn't
need
want to see
lifting
penalties
now.
because we're not got a good record in penalty shootouts.
See music's blasting, crowds back up now as well, so that's exactly what the players need. They need a lift.
Well, they're getting it from the crowd now, there's no question about that. 15 more minutes.
This is my summer of the tournament, this one. I love it.
It will be if we win.
But this is what they need. They need the fans to do this. The fans have to understand the role that they play. They can get us over the line.
However tense you are at home, don't forget it will be much worse if England were now losing 2-1 or 3-1. It's still level. It's still all to play for. It might go to
Marcus Rashford's coming on.
Rashford, the man of the year, might even come on and win it for England. Who knows?
He's coming on.
Stay confident. Believe.
Come on, England.
I'm just trying to persuade myself.
Oh, no, listen.
Aha! Don't persuade yourself, mate.
He's got his, as well, by the way, he takes penalties. So there's another penalty take on the pitch.
Very wise decision, I think. Jermaine, Guy, take us through.
We will do our very best, Gary. Join in with the energy at home, wherever you are. Shake off the legs and arms, get them moving. One of those Uri Geller type effects. We're all feeding off it. 15 minutes of football for either of these nations to find a winner. And we're down to the European champions being decided by a penalty shootout.
Yeah, it's a big 15 minutes. 15 minutes for this team to dig in. For England to find.
Come on, England!
Or could it be Italy?
They are on the charge to start with. Cristante. Belotti's done brilliantly to win his team.
Maguire, man.
He got to the ball in front of Maguire and drew him in.
Yeah, he's just stretching for this one, Maguire. He's always late. Always late. These are the type of things that start to happen when tiredness comes into play.
First yellow card for an England player in this final. As we saw, England were getting Marcus Rashford ready to leave the substitute seats.
Bernardeschi might be taking the free kick.
To test and in his mind hopefully beat Jordan Pickford. It's a long way out. He has done it before. Stopped.
Don't tempt fate. Be positive, never negative. I want positivity in life.
Bernardeschi sets himself and hits it hard.
Well done, Pickford!
Cushions it down. Make sure there's no chance of Jorginho getting there.
A really good save. It struck well from Bernardeschi. He just kind of takes the sting out of it, almost as you'd like control of football. Does it with his hands and collects it safely.
And that's right.
Way! Have that, Chiellini! Have that! In your pipe and smoke. And smoke it.
Superb England support.
Yeah, it's been incredible, especially that little period there before the second half of extra time. It really lit up this stadium.
Walker to take the long throw for England.
Stones in the thick of it.
Grealish!
Grealish came in.
Oh!
Saka. Kane.
Kane! Oh!
Everything at that
Stones!
one. Donnarumma. Not fully decisive, but enough. Now Bernardeschi blocked off by Henderson. Keeps on going though, the Italy number 20. The referee's happy to let the game keep on going. here come the Italians. Locatelli. Bellotti seemed to have timed his run, and he gets it over. Well, Luke Shaw is there.
Offside!
He didn't time his run.
Always offside. I don't know why officials do that.
To be sure.
He wants to be sure as much.
And Stones just stretching as much as he possibly can to
How
get to
good
that.
can you get? You can get a hair's width.
Comes flying out of his goal, just about gets enough on it to get it clear.
Oh my days, this is nerve-wracking stuff, man.
Harry Kane won't be thinking about what might be coming later just yet. He'll still be thinking about, just give me one chance. He hasn't really had one to score in the game himself.
Oh, it will be on his mind, trust me. He'll know exactly what's coming later.
Hello!
I'm trying not to think about it.
I'm trying not to think about it. You definitely try not to think about it. Go on, lads, go find the players! Go fast, get by the players!
Pickford. It's Chiellini against Kane. It's awkward for Henderson.
Struggled a bit, Jordan, since coming on.
Nice. Only time and room for Maguire. Phillips. Stones.
Come on, England!
Walker. Calvin Phillips. Bellotti is there to make him turn back and look for another pass. Maguire.
I never felt this tense.
Grealish.
I thought the Germany game I was tense and the Denmark game,
Sterling.
but this is even more tense.
Sterling onto it again.
Sterling!
Sterling is around.
Oh,
He stretches out a leg. That's what he's all about. They shall not pass.
He's got to play it first time though, surely, Raheem Sterling.
Come on, England!
England are up here. England are on top.
Come on!
Yeah, it's much better.
Come on, England!
Levels now.
Here goes Grealish.
Go on, Grealish lad! Grealish lad! Grealish lad! Go on, Shaw!
From Di Lorenzo. Shaw then got in a muddle. He didn't know which way Saka was running.
No, he didn't. He's definitely
Come
been an
on!
injection of energy put into this team now. Grealish, Saka on that left-hand side, probing away.
Go on, Sterling! Don't slow down! Keep pushing!
Walker. Mancini's urging his players out.
Go on, England!
They're just waiting for England to come again.
Come on, England! Come on, boys!
Stones. Henderson. Kane.
Go on, Sterling! Sterling!
Henderson was running down the road. Grealish will have to get there quickly.
Oi! Well done, ref!
And he was there first. The referee calls for medical attention for both players hurt by the coming together. Well, then he can't get too closely involved. He is on a yellow card.
Well, he looks like he's in a lot of pain here, Jack Grealish.
Oh no.
Absolutely does.
And so did Jorginho.
It's a funny one from Jorginho because he almost went to get up and then went back down again. See if he's late.
Oh!
He just catches him on the inside of his got his foot. All flex off the ball.
Yeah.
Ah!
Catches Jack right at the top of his knee.
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna
And
hurt.
he'll be all right, but that is painful. He's fuming. He just needs to keep his head here. Winced. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you don't want.
It's not a great challenge. It's a poor challenge, actually. He's gone with his studs. It's a shocking challenge in the end. I mean, because the fact that his foot deflects off the ball.
It's an undoubted yellow, and it's a hard yellow at that.
It is. It is a
Yeah,
yellow.
so he
You know,
could
seeing
easily
it
have got
over and
sent.
over again and the
He
way
could have
he's gone
easily
with
got
his
sent
head
off.
with his studs. It's a terrible challenge.
I just wonder if he bought himself a little bit of
I think he
sympathy
did.
by staying down himself.
Well, that's what when I saw him get up and then almost kind of like throw himself back down to the ground, I thought, you've done something wrong here.
Florenzi! Federico Florenzi! They're bringing in Florenzi.
This Italian change is going to happen. I think they missed something. No, I didn't. Rashford hasn't come on yet, has he? Been waiting for that. Grealish needs to use this as fuel in the right way. Alessandro Florenzi's about to come
Federico
on
Florenzi.
that way. But it's
Go
gonna
on,
be a
good.
free kick first.
Come on, Jorginho, don't combine.
Start to defend it without Jorginho on the field. Phillips lifts it. It's Donnarumma's.
Against Donnarumma, you ain't expecting to win that ball.
So caught his own player in coming to get that.
Just too high. We've been speaking about this all game with the set pieces. They're so tall, Donnarumma. Anything that stuck it into the air.
Yeah, anything against Donnarumma,
No
you ain't
chance.
getting
Gotta
anywhere
whip everything in
near.
with pace.
Because he's going to win the ball every day of every week.
Bonucci just thought about looking for Emerson with that big diagonal just for a moment.
Come on, good!
Anderson beaten to it by Bernardeschi. Emerson.
I've never felt so tense. Like, there's tension you can cut with a knife. And, come on, I just want the crowd to get behind the players. Because if the crowd gets behind the players, then the players will start playing. Because it helps.
Di Lorenzo. Emerson. Good ball in for Bernardeschi. Stones in the way of it. They are optimistic.
Nah, you can't. You can't do that from about 2 yards.
It's a ridiculous shot. It's like 2 yards away from him. You're never going to get that.
And also he's brought his arms on his
Stones
chest.
stand,
So he's doing it, keeping it on his chest, so.
but the distance is way too short there.
I see two England substitutes ready.
Go on, Saka.
Rashford's one. It might be Jadon Sancho as Saka tries to get to the byline and
Hey!
to the middle. Grealish then goes in for another tackle, trying to get to the ball first. The fans behind the goal, as they would, think it's a corner. Grealish clearly doesn't.
Yeah, he's just waiting for the contact there, Jack Grealish. He didn't get it.
Who's coming off? Ah, Florenzi is going off.
Emerson's going off
and,
for Italy.
And Emerson, but how Emerson's going off?
Especially in that second half, he was a big
So
part of the
Emerson
reason they
off,
got back into the game.
and Florenzi coming on.
Started the first game against Turkey. Went off at half-time with a muscle injury. This is his first bit of game time since then. And it is going to be Sancho and Rashford on for England for the last few minutes. Not just yet.
Oh.
They've got the ball rolling again. Without a doubt, changes with penalties in mind.
Yeah.
He please let
But
players
these
on.
two boys, they've got enough talent to get the job done before that, if you want them on before.
You can get them on before. Here's Saka. A bit behind short. It's the first real groan we've heard from the England supporters today. Still not ready to make the changes.
What?
I think the admin's been done. The slip's been handed in. Have to be careful.
I think it's Italy that are not allowing us to do it.
Perfectly capable of keeping the ball for 2 minutes. Yeah.
I think Italy are doing this as gamesmanship because they know that they're good at penalties.
Not giving much time in the game for them to be able to do anything. There's Florenzi. Cristante. Florenzi. And spins behind off Jordan Henderson. The golden rule usually is you don't make a change when you're defending a corner, but England have to now.
Well, they can make one if they want. Which they go to.
It's Henderson. Like Grealish in the Denmark game, he's on and off. Because he would not be taking a penalty. So Rashford on for Henderson.
I think there's a couple of last-minute checks there from Rashford as to who's going to be picking up. No surprise that Henderson's going to be coming off.
Kyle Walker's coming off as well for Jadon Sancho.
Jordan Henderson's gone off and Kyle Walker's gone off. Sancho has come on and Marcus Rashford has gone off.
Italy are going to have another chance before then, you might think.
Well, they've got to defend this corner first. And without Kyle Walker and Jordan Henderson, this makes life a little bit harder.
Last seconds of the game. There'll be a minute added on with the changes that have happened. And it's Bernardeschi, if he puts the right ball in here. Bernardeschi does, and it's flicked across the face. A race to keep the pressure on now from Italy. Led away by Phillips.
Get out!
Got to win that first ball.
3 minutes of additional time.
3?
3 to go.
At the minute, Marcus Rashford's playing right back.
Just looking at Bernardeschi behind him. Italy have got a free kick. Rashford has come on for Walker at right back, you're right. Italy going to move it that way. Florenzi. Bernardeschi is the wide man. Marcus Rashford stops him.
Rashford!
Bernardeschi, right back, no problem.
I'm not sure I want to see that too often.
First job done, yeah. Proper right back is taking the throw in too. On the line from Rashford. Sancho can't get there, Grealish won't get there. Sancho, Saka. Florenzi.
Come on, England!
Pass. Jorginho, another one from him. And Locatelli across to Di Lorenzo. Cristante. Florenzi. Chiellini went outside. Italy with the last few pushes of the game. Di Lorenzo. England have to stand firm here. And they will.
Hey!
Well, that's a position that Marcus Rashford don't find himself in too often. Just see one out for a goal kick. I think you know where we're headed.
Hi Dale. Oh my god, I am shitting myself. Sorry for my language, but I'm crapping myself right now.
Pickford takes his time. He looks like he's going to be the England player who's going to take centre stage shortly.
I'm breaking myself, folks.
He's out for a throw, an England throw. From this throw they have to score or we are going to penalties. Saka. No time for anything more.
Penalties, folks!
Mind's on the job. Gareth Southgate and Steve Holland already have theirs on. The list is being drawn up. Time to steel yourselves at home. Time to get ready. England once again are involved in a penalty shootout.
So it's come to this. After 4 weeks of an enthralling tournament that England have given us so much, it's come to a penalty shootout. Donnarumma and Pickford, the two goalkeepers, of course. This is well, there's been so many penalty shootouts over the years, of course, in this. Italy have won 3 of their 6 shootouts at the European Championship, including Tuesday's semi-final against Spain. I hasten to add, no side has ever won on penalties twice at the same Euros. England have lost 3 of 4 shootouts at this tournament, including against Italy in 2012. But they won their 2 most recent spot kick contests in Colombia and Switzerland. Prince William, is he deciding who should take the penalties? Surely it's not come to that. Or is it Beckham? He'd be safer hands, you would have thought, or safer feet, perhaps, I should say. Well,
I'm breaking myself, lads.
In all the world, don't help you in this situation, Alan. It's man against goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a horrible situation to be in. That walk from the halfway line to the penalty spot is the longest 30 or 40 yards you will ever walk in your life. You have to try as hard as it is to stay strong, to be calm, to do what you have practiced.
Going on!
Keep your mind. Try and keep it simple.
We have Pickford! We have Pickford, the golden glove! The golden glove!
I was going to put it, so hopefully the goalkeeper will be looking at my eyes, which he will be.
Well, if he's looking at your eyes from down there,
that's what I'm trying to say. You've got to try and stay calm. It's really
Pickford is the answer. We can do it everywhere. We're gonna enjoy the speed of my joy. We can do it all. Pickford! We got Pickford! Oh! It's all in the air. Oh! We got Pickford! Oh! We got Johnny Pickford! We can do it everywhere! Raise your hand enjoyment, if you want it for you, you can do it in the air! Oh! We got Pickford! Oh! It's all you in the air! Oh! We got Pickford! Oh! Pickford! Pickford! Pickford!
Rio, I'm not going to go.
These two are used to taking penalties. I was someone who went into a big game, was next up to take a penalty, and I couldn't feel my legs. I mean, so it's difficult. There's players there who haven't been used to taking penalties that may have to step up.
Well, I also presume the late substitutions of Sancho and Rashford, the only possible reason would be because of penalties. We know how good Rashford is. We've seen him take many penalties. Sancho is an incredibly technically gifted young footballer. You would expect, of course, Harry Kane will probably take the first one. Grealish as well is very technical. I'm just guessing.
I think someone like Sancho will go up there because I think Sancho more for his attitude. Yeah. He's got a carefree attitude. He's young. Hungry, he likes the responsibility. He likes the stakes. Here we got the penalties at our end. Wow.
Come on, I think with them.
The referee has got it. That possibly gives the Italians first choice. Or do they spin again? We'll wait and see. The team that goes first, obviously, the data suggests that they often win. I'm not quite sure who's taking the first penalty at the moment, but it will be at the end where the England fans are, we believe. Donnarumma.
Well, Pickford! Oh! There's your in the air. Oh! We got Pickford! Oh! Pickford! 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 Pickford!
Well, here we go, folks. Cross your fingers, hide behind the sofa.
Hide behind the sofa, I ain't doing any of that. I got streaming to do. Here we go, 0-0. 1-1 extra time. We got the penalties, folks.
Hard work, hard yards. It is down to kicks from 12 yards. 11 metres. And Southgate has talked about penalties a lot. He's had to. Mentioned how he and his players have talked long and hard about owning the process. They are practiced regularly, every day, every session. Wasn't just
we're already in our limbo. And limbo.
They went on to beat Switzerland in the Nations League the following year.
It's like...
They have to hope that Jordan Pickford can keep out 1 or 2 once more. First up for Italy is Domenico Berardi. He didn't take one against Spain in the semi-final. It was Locatelli who went up first, and his was saved. So, first shot.
I'm not tempting fate. Berardi against Pickford. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0.
The other way. 1 out of 1 for Italy.
I don't know. I'm trying to be as calm as...
Solid penalty.
I'm just trying to be as calm as I can. Be calm and collected in this, but...
Now Harry Kane.
How can you be?
That penalty in extra time against Denmark on Wednesday night. Schmeichel saved it. He followed it up. Can't do that.
Sorry
here.
if I do stand up, folks. It's just the tension's bearable. Unbearable.
Up against the giant figure of Gianluigi Donnarumma in the Italy goal. Harry Kane, England's captain.
Harry Kane! Harry Kane! Harry Kane! Come on, Kano! Harry Kane! Harry Kane!
Brilliant penalty.
Come on, Kano!
Taking the first one. Never in doubt. Whipped it into that corner.
It's like... Swing weight guns.
And now Gareth Southgate just lets a little bit out. Andrea Bellotti takes penalties for Torino.
Come on, Pickford!
Went second against Spain and scored that.
We got Pickford! Oh! You should even, yeah. Come on, Pickford, baby! Come on, Pickford!
Dry mouth.
Come on, Jordan!
Gathering himself, the Italy number 9.
Come on! Yeah! Jordan fucking Pickford!
His reactions were true.
Pickford! Jordan Pickford! How can you play for fucking Everton? You're gonna be fucking hero, Jordan Pickford!
It's all mind games.
Come on, Pickford, lad!
And he gets us right, gets down low. Big save.
Oh, Pickford, lad!
For Harry Maguire.
I've never seen Harry Maguire take a penalty in my life. I've never seen Harry Maguire take a penalty in my life. No, and this is true. Harry Maguire, I don't think he's ever taken a penalty, man.
Another leader in the England
Come on,
team.
Maguire.
Maguire.
Yes!
Took the net off. Advantage England.
Come on!
For a penalty.
Harry Maguire!
You
Come
don't stop
on!
these. Absolutely smashes it. Takes the camera out.
Woo! Hi!
Want to stop those.
Hi,
That was a big penalty as well, Guy. After the save from Pickford. Now to follow up with a goal.
Leonardo Manucci! Leonardo Manucci! It's like,
All the bees for Italy.
oh, they've done all the bees.
Bonucci next.
Is it the bee's knees? It's like the bee's knees on this life.
Normally pressure is no match for Leonardo Bonucci.
Oh!
And it's not this time either.
I'll tell you what, this is a great pen. Because Pickford almost waits and gets us the right way. And he had to get it up. Look at Pickford, he kind of stops and goes, I know where you're going.
It kind of stopped.
Doesn't get that one up. Pickford saves it, brilliant penalty. Under a lot of pressure.
Marcus Rashford up next for England. only came into the game for the last 2 minutes of action. He's had to sit and watch and keep his legs fresh and ready for this.
Rashford, Mark. Rashford, Marcus Rashford, Marcus Rashford, Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford!
And Rashford has missed. He tried to place it. He got the angle wrong. 2-2 after 3.
That was a tough one. He actually sends Donnarumma the wrong way. And just drags the shot. He knew the minute he left his boot, he was in trouble.
Federico Bernardeschi. Pickford's trying to put him off. A little bit of impromptu dancing on the line. Bernardeschi. And he scores down the middle. Now the pressure goes back on England's players, and it's another up next, who was brought on at the very end as a kind of special teams player. It's going to be Jadon Sancho.
As Rio said, he's a confident boy, Jadon. It takes some bottle to get up here and do this right now. He's shown a lot of courage.
Sancho. Saved by Donnarumma. Italy are one kick away from European glory. Those substitutions late on have not paid off for England. And it is Jorginho who has missed a 100% from the penalty spot. He won the semi-final against Spain when he made it look as though it was just an everyday occurrence, taking one of these with this sort of pressure. Jordan Pickford.
Come on, Pickford, make yourself a hero. Come on,
he's up to
boys.
this. He has to be.
He's got to be patient. Sounds crazy to say it, but he just waits and waits. Jorginho.
Come on, Pickford!
First. Jordan Pickford will know that.
Make yourself a hero!
It's Jorginho.
Yes! Get him, Pickford, lads!
It is the save of his life.
What a save! What a moment for Jordan Pickford. The biggest of his career, the biggest of his life.
And now, he can do no more than the rest of us than turn and watch 19 years old Bukayo Saka step up and take huge responsibility on his young shoulders. Saka has to score. It's saved by Donnarumma, and it's Italy who are the champions of Europe. Penalties prove to be the dagger in English hearts once more.
Full time, England 3-2 defeat on penalties.